try to break it down and build again. Yeah, every time we try to make up for something lost, you know, we're never letting go. This time we can reach the sky on a prayer. We go higher than high. Yeah, wide awake, it's a big mistake, 'cause it's something we can deny. But with a love like this, we'll never fall. All of a sudden
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Holistics. I'm your host, Hollis Mahady, and it's wonderful to be back. I've been looking forward to it all day. Where does the time go, guys? And it's crazy. As I said on my last episode, my last live episode, well, I was here all week. Remember, I put a lot of effort to make sure my replays go up. I don't like to not be live, but as I said in my previous episode, I need to clone myself because I was falling behind because half of the battle is promoting the episodes, getting them all set up. It's not just this part. This is my favorite part. If it was up to me, I would go live for probably twice a day, but I guess I could just do that if I didn't care about all the other stuff, like, trying to make sure some people are in here to listen to me talk, so I'm not just talking to myself. But yes, it's been a very productive week. So happy Monday. Happy Monday. And I have to check the date because damn, it's the end of April already. Well, what that means is that we are one day closer to summer, which is my favorite season. And it's the 21st. Is it June 21st is the first day of summer, I think. So we are officially in spring. It was a beautiful day here today. Obviously the sun is setting now. And how is everybody doing out there? Let me know in the chat. I don't see anyone in yet, but I will just do some of my housekeeping. So it's weird. It's like I've only been gone a couple days, but I'm getting back in the swing of things now. There we go. Chris is in the house. Muskill Chris says, "Hey, let's talk aliens. So ready for this." Oh, good, because this is what this episode is about. It's the title of my show. Do you believe in aliens? And let me know if a yes or a no. I wish I had a little alien emoji. There's probably one in there somewhere. But yeah, this is going to be a fun conversation. And I will get into that. Give me 1 minute. I'm going to say my little piece as I always do. My name is Hollis Mahady. I'm your host. And I'd like to explain the screen here, just in case for those new viewers out there, maybe on Rumble, on Twitter, if you're watching on Twitter, I'm happy that there's people there watching and I appreciate you, but you guys are in last place of retweeting. I don't see any retweets ever, any shares. Facebook is better. Instagram's okay. I think we are broadcasting. Now we're broadcasting on Instagram. We're broadcasting on the Facebook. We're broadcasting on, what's the other ones? X, Twitter, like I just said. Rumble, of course. Rumble's not bad. And I feel like I'm missing one. Of course. Oh, VOPUSARadio.com. That's I'm a co-owner of that platform and that network. And we are broadcasting on Roku TV, Fire TV, Apple TV, Android TV, and the mobile apps. So you will see me every night up there on VOPUSARadio.com. So check it out. There's some other shows up there as well besides me. Another exciting housekeeping thing is kind of boring, maybe not boring to everyone, but as I said, I need to clone myself, but these things take time. But now hello, Joe is in the house, Dan's in the house. Hi, guys. 21 episodes. We are on episode 22 tonight. New episode. Of course, I've been playing some of the replays, but brand new episode 22. So it's a milestone. Well, yes, it is a milestone. Getting into the 20s on 22, but it's also all up now on Spotify. So if you go to Spotify, and you type in holistics, you have to type in Hollis, just as it's up there where it says holistics, Hollis-TICS, and holistics will come up, and there's 21 episodes in there. So when I'm done with this, I do what I do. I download it, I upload it, I do this. Sometimes I watch it. I stopped watching my shows back, so I don't know anymore what happens. Is they take too long, but I did that in the beginning just to kind of say, okay, this is happening, the sound, this, that. But yeah, so they are all up there now on Spotify. Yes. So it's been a pretty damn productive week last week. Like I had to get that done. I caught up on so much. If you look at my website, and I'm going to show you some stuff that I worked on. I also promised you guys that I'm going to start to have guests on the show, and 2 guests are booked. one very exciting. I will announce that in a minute here because we're getting into the good stuff now. Like I said, I'm always like a week or two behind, but as you know, I'm a one woman show and I have to do everything, including make all the promos, upload it, talk to everybody. It's just literally there's not enough hours in a day. I'm just like, oh my God, I have to go live now, but I want to go live. That's the thing. So guys, this isn't about manifesting this episode. I mean, I guess it kind of will be because it's about aliens. We're going to get into it. Don't worry. But we're going to manifest here on Holistics, a freaking advertiser. Okay. How about a sponsor? Just to get some money flowing in because you know what money means? Money means I can hire somebody help me. There's such a thing as a virtual assistant. We're still maybe hopefully in the talks with somebody who has a system that they have set up that are going to help us push it out and all that stuff. Because the thing is, you want to push it out. More people come in, they get to know the show. Then more people are viewing it. Then advertisers are like, oh, I want to sell my stuff on your show. You must be someone important. People are watching. And that's how the money starts. So the best thing to do, if you haven't done it, share it out, retweet it. If you're somewhere that has a share button, it doesn't take you a second to do that. I'd appreciate it. Or retweet it and like it. Twitter, again, I like trying to be positive, guys, but I try to be positive, but Twitter has let me down and I hate X. So, but if you're one of the good people in there, consider doing something. I'd appreciate it. But yes. So with that said, let's hop into the chat room real quick. I want to say hi. I said hi to Chris there and Mugga Dirt Biker. Good evening. He says, on the way home, along with my usual grocery items, I actually got a little expansive and bought a tripod for my Android phone. Awesome. Good for you. I actually ordered another tripod. It's a pink one actually, and it has like something where you put your light because I went to the studio last week and I shot some footage that I'm editing currently for my new song covers. Another exciting thing that's happened this week. I told you guys I want to come back and be like, oh, it's out soon. It's out soon. I have a date. It's on the way to TuneCore, which is where they distribute the music, but it has to go through the process and be approved. But I will show you, actually. This is very exciting. This is very exciting news. It's taken me a lifetime. But here, I'll play this real quick. And again, I promise we're going to get into aliens. Don't worry. And I have nowhere to go. So we can talk for a long time. And we're going to get into some good stuff because something happened last week that got me thinking about a lot of stuff that I was into so many years ago. And like life happens and you kind of go, you have other things to do and you kind of get out of it. But I will talk about that in a second. So I will show you a few of the things that I worked on while I was away because it's exciting. I'm so happy about it finally. So I will play this. And this is what I spend my time behind the computer editing and editing and editing. Oh, so here, I'm going to play a couple of these. And after I play some of the stuff I worked on, they're just short, 20 seconds. It's not long. As I mentioned, micro content. It's all about the micro content on TikTok, apparently. Oh, so I'm going to try it, trying to grow the audience. And remind me to talk about the mailing list. I put out a mailing list. How do you feel when you put your heart and soul out into it and you send it out and you see like only a couple of people open it, 3 people unsubscribe, and 1 marks it as spam? Let me know, guys. Anybody have a mailing list out here? How do you deal with the rejection? I just say no. It's not personal. You try not to take it personally because I'm like, how many emails do I get that I don't even see that are in my spam? You have to, but you just like, I want to know who deleted me, who freaking marked me as spam. All I did was announce on my singles coming out May 15th, Friday, May 15th, finally, which only gives me about 2.5 weeks to promote it. But I said, you know what? I don't care. I've been saying for since I've been alive, this new album's coming out. So I picked a day and I'm going to hustle towards getting it out. And you know what? I have 16 more songs to come out eventually. So it's a trial. Covers is my first song and it's completely DIY. So I'll shut up. I talk a lot. We'll get into aliens, I promise. Okay, don't leave. I know, Chris, it's late where you are. But okay, here we go. Yes, here we go.
Underneath the covers, don't have to face the shame, don't have to feel this pain. It's where I wanna stay.
Here, I'll play another one. Remember I told you guys, and Chris will understand this, any other musicians, like I'm sure you probably heard this. Oh, it's all about the micro content. You have to sing the song like 300, like 1,000 times. Just did you guys ever see on TikTok? I don't know if many of you guys are on it or you follow it. Like if it wasn't for music, I wouldn't go on it. But there's a lot I'm experimenting with, and there's apparently some ways to make money. So I'm at the point where I'm like, I got to make some damn money here. And again, that's part of the problem. I wish I could go live all the time, but until it starts paying, I just have to do what I have to do. But it's all about the micro content. So I'm gonna be bombarding these kind of videos. They're so short, but I mean they take a minute to make, obviously. So here's another one. So I won't bore you with playing the same song over and over again, but it's called an earworm. I don't know. You're supposed to pick the part of the song. Like I love the thing is my favorite part of the song is the instrumental part. So I'm like, I should probably put a part where I'm singing. So you pick 2 or 3 parts and you keep apparently that's get it in people's brains. So then they're familiar with it and they want to download it. Again, doesn't mean they're ever gonna pay for it. But as we said, we are changing things with the recreation movement, saying we're not going to give everything away from free. So we'll see, and it brings me to another person in the chat room, and I'm excited to announce my first guest because he's coming, guys. He's coming on the show, and his name is Must Kill Christopher Moore from the UK, and you'll see also. But I've been working on very hard this week getting my guests line up, and couldn't be more proud to have him as my first musical guest. Hopefully he'll be the first of many. And I do have another guest, as I mentioned a couple weeks ago, the author. You're wondering, who's the author? Who is she? We're going to see a picture of her in a minute. And I made these 2 thumbnails. So next Monday. So why did it next Monday? Obviously, today's Monday. So 1 week from today, I will be having my first musical guest. My first guest, Jess was my first guest, but as my first proper guest, where I may prepare a few questions and things like that, is going to be Chris. And I'm very excited about it. So let's show this little thumbnail I made. Here it is. I want to do like a drum roll. Here, I could do a drum roll. Oh, this is not a good drum roll. Oh, so close. There it is. There it is on Holistics, Monday, May 4th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time with special musical guest from the UK, Must Kill Chris. And he's going to be talking. Excuse me. He's going to be talking about his new single coming out. It's coming out actually on May 4th. It's called The Sunny Window, and I got a sneak peek of the song, and it's absolutely awesome. It's so good. I love Chris. I'm so proud of him. If you guys just tuned in, I talk about him a lot because I've used his song Lions. He's been nice enough to let me use it all the time, and I use it in so much of our VOP commercials because of the favorite line in there. We are all lions. We are not your robots. And I say that, we're a society like robots. Oh, we are the free thinkers. We are the ones that go against the grain. And I am a Leo, lion. So it hits even harder with that. So let me play a little clip that I also made here. Hold on. Hold on. Board operator, can you roll that clip that I made? Can you? Oh, no, we don't want that yet. Surprise. Okay. Board operator. Oh wait, that's me. Huh? I do everything myself. So here we go. Here's a little promo I made last night. And Chris, in real time, I just emailed you before the show, but feel free to use it. Keep sharing it. Because I said, we just want to try to get as many people here as we can and spread the word. I love everybody who's here already. And if you guys can all bring one other person, it goes from 10 to 20. And then, we want to get the numbers up because if I could get a freaking advertiser or a sponsor, it's going to make life so much easier. And it's going to help myself, my music, funding music and putting it out there, man. It takes money to make money. So with all the bills and moving and job loss and this and that, not to complain because everyone has their problems. I know, guys. I get it. So my point is saying if we could all just bring one person in, and start, sharing it or whatever. I don't know. then it helps everybody involved. So here we go. Here's the reel. I'll shut up. Something real is coming to Holistics, and you don't want to miss this one. I'm so excited to announce the very first musical guest, all the way from the UK, Must Kill Chris. Don't miss this episode where we dive into Chris's new music, including the release of his new song, The Sunny Window, and have a real, unfiltered conversation about what it means to be an independent artist in today's ever-changing music landscape. We'll get into our take on AI in the music industry, the challenges of navigating this new era, and what it really looks like to keep going, to keep creating, and to keep fighting for your music. It's an honest, open conversation about life, music, and passion, and why it still matters. You don't want to miss this episode, Monday, May 4th on Holistics, streaming on YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, Rumble, and of course, on Voice of the People USA Radio and Television Network. That was the one I think I forgot. YouTube. Did I say that? YT. On TikTok. This is something interesting I learned on TikTok, because they don't want, I don't know, any competition or anything. If you're doing a live or something, you cannot say the word YouTube. Or no, you cannot say Facebook. You have to say the House of Faces. You can't say Facebook on TikTok, or they'll like shadow ban you or something. Another thing was Disney World. You have to say like the House of Mickey or something. I know, TikTok, whatever. Kind of boring stuff, but I'm learning a lot, let's say, as we explore all the social media that runs our life if you let it. Oh, social media, I hate social media. But yes, so applause. And yay! First guest announced, promo's done, event set up, it's up there. I sent it to 500 people today. Facebook only allows you to send it to 500, even though I have 5,000 friends. You can't send it to everyone. You can only send it to 500 people. So Chris, those invites are in the mail. So, but yes, feel free in real time, Andrew, feel free to share that out. Start sharing it. The more time we have, the better. That's why I wanted to get it up there. And let me just tell you, the second guest that we have, which will be that following Thursday. Again, no guest this week because we're using this week to promote. You'll be hearing me annoyingly every time saying, hey, make sure you tune in that Monday. Let everyone know that Chris will be on Monday, May 4th. You're going to keep hearing me say that like all the time. And then on Thursday, it's a nice little variety we have here. Another artist, a creative, who I ordered her book, and I'll be honest, I haven't read it yet, but it's kind of short, so I'll be able to read it. I started it, but I didn't, it's just been so hectic. Like, you want to get in the zone and kind of just be like, okay, I'm ready. So I haven't read it yet, but I have an idea what it's about, and I started a little bit. But here she is. Her name is Jessica Gailey, and she went, and this is the kind of this is what I love. As soon as I asked her, we picked a date, and within like 10 minutes, she sent me this little, oh, sorry, Joe, let me just get your thing off here real quick. Oh, hold on. I popped in the chat room. I promise I'm going to get you guys 1 second because I want to tell everybody. Let me hide this comment. Oh, there we go. Sorry, Joe. We'll get back to you in a second. But yeah, I loved it. Within like freaking 10 minutes of her saying, yes, I definitely want to come on. This is the date I'm free, May 7th at 7 p.m. It's a Thursday. She sent me this. So it's like, that's what I love. It's like, these things are time consuming. So it was like, oh, all of a sudden, my point is saying, with the Voice of the People radio and everything, Dan's had a million guests on. No one ever offers to do anything, help or do anything. So it's nice when people also get excited and do things on their end, because like I said, I could create freaking content till the cows come home. Like, I have no problem pumping things out, but then it's like this whole other beast of how do you get it out? How do you share it? How do you get everyone to share it? Because people have these systems. That's what I've been talking about. So anyway, so yes, it's very exciting. Her book is called Piece by Piece. I have it. And she's going to talk all about it, becoming someone I didn't want to run from. It's the story behind the healing and everything it took to get here. So, I talk a lot about healing and self-growth and personal development on Holistics. And that's why I thought she would be a wonderful guest to have on. And I know her personally. I met her. I'll save the story for when she comes on, because it was one of those brief meetings where I was moving. I met her the day I was moving, and she was buying a dresser, and she bought the dresser. We got exchanged numbers. We kept in contact a little bit, and we went our own way. I went to Maine, but here we are almost 2.5, 3 years later, and she's going to be on the show. So I'm very excited about it. Here, let me play the reel that I made. Sorry, I was up there for so long. Let me play the reel I made for Jessica Gailey. Here we go. I'm so excited to announce that Jessica Gailey is coming on to Holistics to talk about her work around healing and self-discovery. Jessica is an author, an entrepreneur, and an advocate for personal growth, and her work is rooted in lived experience, exploring the patterns we carry, the relationships that shape us, and the courage it takes to choose yourself. We'll be diving into her book, Piece by Piece, a deeply personal yet widely relatable reflection on breaking cycles, rebuilding self-worth, and learning to trust your own voice again. I can't wait for this episode, and honestly, you're not going to want to miss it. Thursday, May 7th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Only on Holistics, streaming on YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, Rumble, and of course, on Voice of the People USA Radio and Television Network. So there you go. I'm so excited to have her on. And yes, as you see, like I did the voiceover for that, and it just takes forever to do all this stuff. But I enjoy it. It's just like you look at the clock and I'm like, oh my God, it's freaking like 4 a.m. I started at noon, like doing not just that, but all the stuff. But yeah. And actually last night for the Buy Me a Coffee members up there, if you haven't seen it, I put a little update of me recording some voiceovers. I was like, oh, behind the scenes, this is what like literally spend half my life behind the freaking computer. But not forever. We're going to get a sponsor. We're manifesting it and advertisers and help. So I can say, hey, can you guys do this stuff? But until then, we don't complain. We just move forward. It's called the hustle, the grind, guys. But I love what I do. Again, just waiting for it to hit. So you actually get paid. So it feels like a job and you're not just like, oh, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Hey, I got some Buy Me a Coffee money. Who knows if I'll ever freaking get it. It's been transferred. Maybe in 10 years, it'll come through. But Rumble, which stinks for the most part, we finally got our $130, which took us about, 5 months to get. So just in the nick of time. So we got that today, but then it's pending in my bank and blah, blah, blah. Like, gosh, at the same time, we're forced to use these PayPals and everything. And like, you don't trust them. It's like, will I get the money? Will it ever come to my bank? Is it going to be, they're really at their mercy. We're really at their mercy. And I won't even get in the horror story of what Dan had when he had PayPal, owed him $2,000, never gave it to him. So these are the kind of worries. It's like, you're left at their mercy, Okay, yeah, you made money. Will you ever get it? Don't worry, guys. I will get it probably eventually, but it just doesn't leave you an easy feeling sometimes. So it's like, but what are you going to do? So anyway, okay, so let's go back to the chat. And yay! Maga Institute's in the house. Hode Mode! Happy Monday, everybody, he says. Can't wait for you to... Oh, yeah, that would be amazing. Can't wait for you to book Joseph Arthur as a musical guest. Yes, you always talk about Joe, and I can't wait to actually talk to him. I think that would be awesome. Yay! And VOP USA Radio reminds us that there's 27 people watching here on Rumble. Well, hello, everyone. If you're watching, thank you. I promise we're going to get into aliens in like 2 minutes. Let me just acknowledge everyone in the chat room, because if you're here, I like to, we're building a little community here. So if you're here, he says, make sure you follow and share. Yeah, please. It takes you 2 seconds. Like, go ahead. Have you liked it yet? Will you follow us, please? Again, I could care less about followers, but it helps us out. We're independent media. No one pays me to do this. I'm here because I love doing it, but it's just a matter of how long can you do it until someone says, okay, I got to go get a freaking job. So like another job, and it's going to come at like this time, which I don't want to happen. And I'm not manifesting that. We're not putting that out in either. What we're putting out, we're going to freaking advertiser. Next thing you know, I'll be doing infomercials and selling, hey, check out this cool alien necklace, guys. Yeah. Okay. And Chris says, thank you. Can't wait to talk next week. Me too. I will be putting up very soon. Perfecto. And MAGA Institute, another warrior for helping us get the money we're owed and deserved. He says, hit that like button, smash that like and subscribe, guys. You'll see on this show, I'm not bothering you ever to buy anything, but I will say that tips are supported. And that's what that scan code is right there. It's my Buy Me a Coffee. I put a lot of stuff up there. A lot more is coming. I'm literally just getting into it. I mean, there's already a ton of extra stuff up there, an extra podcast, everything. And that's what that QR code is. You can scan it with your phone. You do a one-time tip. Like, as I always say, being a bartender, I would pour a drink. People gave me money. Here we're pouring lots more than a freaking drink. And it's hard to get people to do anything. Not everyone in the chat room, but you know who you are. I always exclude you. But, people just, consume. And they don't think sometimes like, if you can. I understand people are tight and everyone's asking for a freaking dollar. But my point is it's there, and tips support the show. So think about it. Buymeacoffee.com/Hollisma80. and it's also there on my website. Um, and my Mega Dirt Biker says, glad I never tried to join TikTok because TikTok does not make Joe's rules for Joe. Joe does. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm experimenting with some stuff, so we'll see if it leads to money. But yeah, I mean, VOP USA was we do have an account. Dan never wanted to go on it. He will never go on it. But I did put something on for VOP USA, and like it got shadow banned. There's a whole thing about how to get the followers. It's just a bunch of BS. But like I said, it's ridiculous how people make money on that thing. Like I said, I went to college. I have a degree in radio broadcasting. Believe it or not, I have a degree in history. I flown, seen the world, traveled around the world, was in a band at a record label, recorded Abbey Road. Not trying to brag, but my point is, have an album, self-produced independent artist, have books, have a audio book recorded, have a kids book written, and all I have to do on TikTok is go and say, "Hey, I see you. Oh my gosh, thank you. Oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, yeah." That's all I had to do all these years. I spent my time trying to freaking change the world, discover aliens. We're gonna talk about it right now. So the last thing, just making sure Jim Tim is in the room. Oh, Hollis, congratulations on the cover. Are you ready? I said, are you ready? Yeah, thank you so much, James. Yes, it's a big freaking deal. Like, literally, Dan was like, just pick a date. Just pick a date. Because I was like, oh, I want my music on, and I don't know, and I have to do this, and all these rules, and oh, and I have to do this. I'm like, you know what? Just pick a date and just freaking put something out already. Because then it's going to lead to the next one and just going to grow. I don't freaking know. What can you control? If God wants it to be out, it will be out. I think it's a good song. I think my album's good. Not good. It's great to me, and I'm happy with it. So that's all that matters. And hopefully other people like it. But, whatever. Jim says, nice hairdo. Thank you. Thank you. It's still blonde. Give it like a week or 2 weeks and it'll start having the roots in there. And the hairdressers, oh, you better come back in 6 weeks. I'm like, okay, well, costs a lot of money. So it might have to be 8 or 9 weeks, but we'll see as that sponsor comes in. Jason Doll's in the house. Hello, Jason. Thank you for being here. And everybody else. Okay. Stupid question. Who's your favorite history teacher? Okay, well, I'll tell you about that off the air because it's kind of boring for people who haven't been there. But I will tell you. I can't even think. I think it was Dr. What was his name? The guy with the gray hair. There's probably a lot of them. I think he was the one. I totally forget his name. Let me know, James. Drop it in the chat. What was his name? I feel like he reminded me. I don't know. He was like kind of good looking for an older guy, but he was older. And then there was the other lady. Okay, so let's get into the title of the show. What is the title of the show? Do you believe in aliens? Okay, and there's a reason why I titled that for the show. There's a couple of reasons. Aw, Chris says your music is most definitely great. Really looking forward to listening to the whole album. Aw, thank you, Chris. Yes, Chris got a sneak peek. I got to send you the rest of it. I'll send you some more songs. Wilson, that's it. His name was Dr. Wilson. Yes. It's funny, guys, because he was so I went to school for radio, broadcasting, communications, but also history. And it's a long story, but yeah, he was my final. What was it? Not disrotation. I wasn't like it wasn't a PhD. What was your final thing that you had to do? It was for his class. And I remember like doing it. I had to like this one last paper and I'm thinking the whole time, I'm like, I just want to graduate. And I'm moving to New York City to like be a singer. And then, and I was just like, okay, I'll get my, finish this out. I came this far, but it was after Dr. Wilson. It was literally that last Dr. Wilson paper that I was like, oh, now I'm moving to New York City to be a bartender and a rock star, like, oh, that worked out. It worked out good. It worked out good. Here we are. We're talking about aliens. Okay, so it's on a serious note. Oh my gosh, you guys, I think I was abducted by a freaking alien. Yes, that's what Tim said. Alien just zapped you. Just seeing the background. No Hollis, no audio. So that's what Dan said. Oh my gosh, it was aliens or Hollis accidentally hit the freaking button of disappearance on the mouse, on the side of the mouse. It like boot me from the studio. Whoa, that was a good intro, right? Okay. But Tim is so right. Tim is so right. Um, about that happening. But yeah, so why did I title the name of that show? So okay, so Thursday, I'm gonna go over here. Dr. Seuss? Yes. So was it Thursday or was it Wednesday? And I was tempted to actually pop online because I was upset when I saw this. And there's a reason why like I bring it up. Like I said, I never talk about politics on the show. I just because it's too argumentative and I want it to be nice and like, like Sesame, I want it to be nice. Like I'll get into stuff, you know what I mean? But I don't really go too deep. I won't go into like really deep stuff. But I will go onto a show that is coming up on Thursday nights. That's another thing I've bitten off, but it's a show that Dan and I have talked about for long time before this happened on Thursday. Um, and we've had many ideas. We do. I come on his show on Thursday nights, but like I said, I'm kind of over the politics thing, and we've talked about doing this show called Ocean to Ocean for a couple months. And because I have a background. No, like as you guys could probably notice on this show, I talk a lot about like consciousness and you know manifesting and is there more to life and energy and all that stuff. And I talk about that a lot in this show. And it's stuff that I'm fascinated with. And actually a lot of it was aliens and I mean in space and a lot of just things that you can't see. Cause I always believe that because we talk about a lot, right? Like energy and is positive thinking true? Vibration, can you really manifest about God? About, I mean, like all different things. There's just something bigger at play here. I always think there is, I always say, do we just come to this planet to, you know, earn stuff, buy material stuff, stab each other in the back, get ahead on the corporate ladder, and then die? Like, I'm not trying to be morbid, but I mean, so I always say, like, to some people, it's about material, blah blah blah, and that's not like I don't care about that stuff as much. I mean, sure, I talk about money a lot. You need resources, of course. Enjoy life while you're here, manifest, live the life, blah blah blah. But at the same time, so that's why my journey of awakening and all that stuff was probably like, and looking into all this stuff. It was in 2010 when I moved to LA, and I know I'm kind of all over the place, but Dr. Wayne, who I talk about a lot as well, he basically went into this category of people. You know how certain people like just help you along your journey or form. You look like teachers and things like that. And Dr. Wayne was one of them. But there was another book I had read, and I think it was in 2010, or maybe it was 2011. So it's like clear as day. I had that book forever. And I was like carried around with me. And I was like, oh, like it was when I was in LA and I was kind of like feeling depressed because I was just feeling lost. LA is a very hard, oh my gosh, LA is a hard city to live in, especially if you're not from there. And I wasn't, you go out there with big dreams, a little girl with big, oh, I'm going to go to LA, I'm going to make it big, go pursue my music career and all that. And I talk about that a lot, how that didn't exactly work out, but I'm still here and I learned so much. But when I was out there in LA, I was, hustling, working. I was working as a waitress and a bartender and working on Sunset Strip. And, there's a lot of good things to it. It was like a good experience. It was fun. But I was feeling like empty and like feeling, I guess, you just feel lost. You feel lost out there a little bit and you're trying to do your music, but it's so expensive to live. So you're working like all the time and there's barely could get by and trying to do your music in the spare time. But anyway, my point is I got to a junction in my life where I was like, I don't know. I was like, there must be more to this than just trying to like get ahead and get money to be. It was more like I started seeing like, I started feeling like, I don't know. I just need to do something for other people more. It shouldn't just be about me. And then I read this book called Me to We. And I don't know. I have it in my that one I still do have. But that was a big book that changed my thinking, and it was talking about ego and self and doing things more for purpose. Because I always did want to do music to help other people and to do music like that, but I kind of started thinking like, oh, I don't know, I was feeling unfulfilled. So long story short, I started getting into some other stuff. I remember I had like, I don't know, something where I needed to take medicine. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to take medicine. I want to try to heal it myself. And then I started getting into holistic healing. I started getting all in California. There's a lot of vegetarianism and health and cleanses. And because I was feeling kind of down and I was thinking, why am I down? I'm young still. I have an opportunity. I'm in LA, but I felt lonely and like there was more. So whatever happened, but basically I started reading into health a lot. And then it was started really with the food industry because I started reading books about like the food dyes and the color in food, like basically how they're poisoning us. That's it, and there's like all this stuff that's meant to kill us and things in the United States that are not in other countries. Like I talk about it sometimes in Canada, like certain things are banned and this. So anyway, it was kind of my awakening started more on the health front of like, gosh, like I'm feeling depressed. It could be because of my diet. I mean, it was never like, you know, I don't know. I started learning and I started getting mad. I was like, they're putting all this poison in our food. They're doing this. And I was learning about medical and side. Like, yeah, that's where there's a reason because it comes to aliens in this book and what this podcast is about. There's a backstory. But yeah, like I started getting pissed off. I was like, oh my gosh. Because I was like I was aware enough to question, why am I feeling the way I'm feeling? Like, I'm out here, like I said, I'm young. I knew I was younger then. I'm like, I have like everything in front of me, like this opportunity. Why am I feeling kind of depressed and like, And like I said, I thought maybe it was like diet and health and you know, so I got into those books. And then then I found the Dr. Wayne book. I've talked about that in another episode about, wishes fulfilled, fulfilling your manifestation energy. And then there was another book I found at this time. Sorry, big lead up to a book called The Source Field Investigations. And that's the book I said I remember. It was a blue hardcover book. I had it. I referenced it before. Now I think that is the book where it was doing the experiment about the plants and the Baxter, that guy, and how he had played. I talked about this a couple episodes ago, like how he was playing music for the plants and he played a heavy metal, really dark one, and the plant died. And the stuff as I said also about the water and like that Emoto guy with it. But anyway, this book called The Source Field Investigations was all about like the consciousness and like, is the universe alive? And I was like, wow. I was like, oh, but it's true. I remember like reading that book and just being like, wow, like interesting. It was a heavy book. I mean, heavy as far it was big. And I think it got into like the pyramids and also how there was like energy above it. And like they would put water in there and they would heal people and like all this stuff. And it was like scientific, like there was proof, like it was backing it up and numbers. And anyway, so if anyone knows what I'm talking about, getting into it. So that was written here by this guy. So it was a Source Field Investigations. And so Thursday night, I saw this pop up on my screen. I have it here. Did I put it? Hold on, guys. Sorry. Oh, here. I saw this pop up on, it might be, it was the 20th, I think. It was either Wednesday or Thursday. On my social media, I saw this come up. I was like, no. I was like, oh my gosh, I know. That's the guy. That's the guy who wrote the book. I was like, no. His name is David Wilcock. And I knew right away. I was like, oh my gosh, he died? Am I allowed to say died? Like whatever. We're on Rumble, died. I'm going to say died. We're not on TikTok. You have to say unalived and all this. Like, let's face it. One, he died. One, was he like, so we'll get into that in the chat. I don't know if you guys are in there. If I don't see any comments yet, but does anyone know about this guy? Let me know if you guys know who I'm talking about. Jim says, thank you for everything you do and for being my friend. Of course, James. Yes. Thank you for being here, for your support and encouraging comments. I just don't want to miss your things here. Dan, talk to you a long time. Sorry, guys. Mug Institute says, aliens are real. They're demons. Tech can't defy the laws of physics. Demons can. Totally not joking. There you go. Yeah. So, and Maga says, I was put on this earth to make good people laugh. One of the things God intended for me, I am sure. Yeah, definitely. Laughter higher your vibration. Osh again. Okay, so I talk about energy a lot on the show, and like literally, like, life is life. And we talk about escaping the matrix and all that, people make a living out of, oh, I've done, and we're trying, but like that's why I always got into that stuff. I'm like, can you really, is it real? Again, this episode, again, we're going to get into my show that we're doing Thursday night. It's called Ocean to Ocean. And I'll play the trailer in a little bit because that's where we're really actually going to bring up stories and all that. Here is really just a talk. Like, I'm just putting this out there, this story that affected me. And actually, he inspired my music. This is why my themes and everything. So when I saw that he had passed away, um, I was like so upset because and then you go back and look and there's other like 12 other scientists, and he was in the, because I don't want to misquote, like I do more exactly what he was. He wasn't a scientist. I don't think he wasn't a scientist, but he was really into anti-gravity. He was studying like all the stuff in space, extraterrestrials, aliens, and yeah, all that stuff. That's what he was studying. And and bringing, not studying. I mean, he was telling people, he had a live stream just like this. I think he was on a night or two before then he passed away, and he was saying on the live stream, and there's clips of this. I will pull up a clip that I'll play about this after I explain a little bit. I mean, again, maybe you guys know who I'm talking about, maybe you don't, but again, there's a lot of other people who've gone missing, who've died because they're speaking out about this. I mean, what is it? Like, what is it that they don't want us to know? And him in particular, like I said, everybody lose their life is like, everybody's in shock. But when it's someone like, you watch their videos all the time, or you're on their live stream, or you read their books, it kind of just like hits home a little more. You're like, oh, it feels more personal. Like, oh my gosh, like, because that book, like I said, it was one of those that was just a pivotal part of my awakening. And all that time when I started thinking, wow, there's more to life. There's stuff we can't see. There's forces at work. And then you go down the whole really like, what are they really doing and who are they and all that stuff that I don't really get into on this show. Like I said, Thursday night's going to be a place where, I don't have to hold back. I don't get too deep on the show about that stuff. But who are they and all that stuff. And I got pissed. I'm like, oh my, and I just like, I can't believe they're doing this, and the pharmaceuticals and the doctors and everyone's like, and then that's when people say, oh, you're going down the conspiracy hole, you're going down the rabbit hole. But yeah, so it was that guy. And, like I said, I would have his book and highlight things. And so after I heard that on Sunday, or no, not Sunday, Friday, or whatever day it was. I think it doesn't matter. It was the 20th. But I was like, oh man, I ordered his book again, and I went on a Libris and ordered a couple of his books. Again, they're used books. So on Alibris.com, that's where I get them. And I got the hardcover. It should be on its way. And then there was another book, I'll talk about that in a second, that was canceled that I couldn't get. But just to remind me, because I want to read it again, because it's been so long. But I just remember. And then you go on your way. I mean, if you're talking like 2010, 11, when I read this, maybe it was 12. I think it was 11. I mean, that's 15 years ago. I don't remember exactly everything, obviously, but I just remember it having an impact. And when I heard he passed away or whatever, he committed, can I say this? I mean, why am I worried? Going to throw me off? Suicide, that he committed suicide. That's what they say, and then if you go and look at some of the clips of the live stream a day or two before, he was saying, there's a clip of him saying, a lot of scientists are going missing. It's very scary. He said this like literally 2 or 3 days before he did that. And before that, in other live streams, again, I didn't follow him for a long time. I mean, I kind of just lost touch. He was on Ancient Aliens. Did anyone watch that show? Ancient Aliens? I actually have a clip of it because believe it or not, I didn't really watch Ancient Aliens. Like I said, it was a long time ago. I was more like into space and aliens, and then, and his stuff and energy and consciousness and all that. And then you go on your journey, and I kind of, I didn't follow him really for a long time. And then I just saw it and I was like, oh no, really? And then you see like all this stuff coming up about all these like other scientists that are going missing. And here's another weird thing. The book, like I said, I ordered 4 books, and I ordered them because they were cheap. I was like, oh, I could get, because I remember paying back in the day, it was probably like $30 for the hardcover book. It was a big book. But on a Libra, it was like $5 for an old used copy of it and $5 for shipping. I'm like, oh, okay, so I'll get it. I'll get all of them. So not all his books, but I got the ones I wanted and I missed. The Synchronicity Key was called. Oh, I have a picture. Hold on. Hold on. Wait. I planned this. Wait, let's see if it's in here. Hold on, guys. I'm so sorry. I should plan this better. Oh, I lost it. It was on my tray because my tray. That's like the thing. Hold on. Because of I freaking hit the button. Well, maybe Dan will come out and help me. Wait, it's here somewhere. Is this it? No, that's not it. Darn it. I had this all lined up. I actually made a diagram. It's not really a diagram. It's just a picture of all the books. I had it. And I had it lined up here. And then I hit the freaking button. Well, Dan will maybe come out and help me. Dan, if you could hear this, I know there's a delay. Can you help me find it? But oh, here he comes. Here he comes. Again, it's just to give you a visual of it. I know he's delayed. Dan's my executive board operator here. Oh, sorry. There it is. Because I planned this and I wanted to talk about it here. Oh, thank you, honey. There you go. That's it. Thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna add thank you. Okay, there it is. So yeah, so this was the book. I saw this on Thursday. Hold on, I want to get the day right because I keep saying what day was April 20th? April 20th was today's the 27th. Was that last week? April 20th. I think that's the day. Yeah, April 20th was last Monday. So last Monday it was this picture here, the second one there. It said David Wilcock passed away. And I was like, oh no way. So this was the book here on the left. It says The Source Field Investigation. That was the first one I read. The one that I said it kind of made the impact. And then I had ordered The Synchronicity Key. I remember having that one too, The Ascension Mysteries. I don't totally remember it. I think it was kind of more of a personal story. And then Awakening in the Dream is the one. I never had that one. And I think he has a few more. But these were the two one. That was the most impactful one for me. Because the first one. And then so I went on Alibris and I ordered this one again, The Source Field Investigation, The Synchronicity Key. And then I got Awakening in the Dream also. But then there was another one that I ordered. I don't know if you guys know who Edgar Casey is. He's like he not alive anymore, but he was known for like his psychic abilities and channeling. And I don't know enough about him, so I don't want to misspeak. But I just know he was very like in tuned and all that stuff, on the other side and maybe space and all that too. But anyway, so he wrote a book called The Reincarnation of Edgar Casey, and it was written by Winfrey with David Wilcock, this guy, the guy who passed away. And then I learned that that's coming out. I mean, this is, again, I'm going off of what's, on Facebook or what's on social media. But they say that just like 3 or 4 days before David Wilcock passed away, this guy died, the author. So both of these guys in the span of a couple of days are gone. And I just thought it very odd because I got, as of right now, these books are paid for and they're on the way. And then I got a message that, because I had thrown that in the cart anyway. I was just like, oh, I never read it. I'll see, I was learning, whatever. Again, I know this is not everyone's cup of tea, but this is what this episode's about. So I was like, okay, I'll give it a try. I want to read it anyway to see what it's about. And so I ordered it. And then within like a day or the next day, it wasn't even a few hours, it said, oh, it was canceled. This is no longer available by the seller. So then I was like, oh. So I went on Amazon and I ordered it instead because it didn't go through and I still wanted it. So I went on Amazon, ordered it, and then within the next day it said your item was canceled by the seller. And honestly, I think it's probably a matter of now people are probably searching for this. I'm thinking, and they're raising the prices, or it's sold out really quick, or the only other thing I can think is they don't want this out there. This one maybe in particular, because the other ones came, or maybe now people are going to start reading these books and being like, what was he talking about? What are they hiding? Or because there's a lot now of speculation, like people don't believe he really did that to himself because he said it many times, like he wasn't like, suicidal and stuff like that. But then again, I'm just saying what I've said. I don't know enough. Like, I'm not trying to be like, oh, this is what happened. But we're just here guessing, speculating. Again, I don't know if anybody in the chat room knows who he is, but I brought it up because it said it was just one of those pivotal ones. And when I say influence my music, like him, him opening my mind and some of the stuff I go into now, even Amnesia. I played it the other day on the phone, not on the phone, on the show. Like remember who you are, and we're here, just a lot about remember who you are, your power, the evil, and there's good in the world. And these are all my freaking themes of my music: light and darkness and shadows and shadow work and consciousness and all that stuff. So that's why I'm saying, like, that whole era kind of awakened me, and those themes are found in my music today, and always stuff I've written for years, but I never really put anything out. But so I said, like, so again, that one just kind of hit home. And then I was like, you hear about it. It's not in the mainstream media really, but if you go on TikTok, it's on there and stuff. And I guess Rumble as well, and I was just bummed about that. But does anyone think that's odd that they both, and does anyone here know about this stuff? Let me know. Okay, Plier. Oh, hello, Plier One. If you're still in the room, Plier One on Monday. Yeah, okay, so it was Monday. Well, then you know what I'm talking about. Anybody else? No? Did anyone else know about this? Because I know there's a huge community who are obviously like, ancient aliens, all that stuff. But a lot of it's not mainstream, obviously. So there's probably a lot of people who don't know who he is. And again, it just happens. I mean, there's 12 other, I think the number 12, there's other scientists and people in this field who are studying things like anti-gravity and the disclosure he talked about, like all this stuff is coming and he's getting closer to it. They're getting closer to it. And so there's a whole community of people who are really into this, who are upset about it. And there's a lot of people who don't even know who he is. And then of course there's the people who are like, oh, haters, and they don't believe any of this stuff. But I mean, I've always believed this stuff, like, for the good or bad. At the scary part is he was exposing so much of the bad. Oh my gosh. But the whole point is like, expose the bad. Like, how do we stop the bad so we can become like free in this world and we're prisoners, So let me see if I could pull up that video. I did have a video, so it'll probably make more sense. And again, any questions in the chat room, just let me know. Okay, so I'm going to have to do my email here. Oh, here. Okay, let me just go to my email because Dan sent me this video early. And I also have a clip from Ancient Aliens. I'll play that too. Actually, Smeriglio sent that to us. Again, because I never really watched Ancient Aliens that much. But here, let me do this. Dan sent me this earlier. If I could find it. I really was more prepared. I had everything here. He sent it to me earlier. Here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a little clip of, see, this is the hard part of me doing this all myself here. I'm the board operator. Let me play the show, the new show that's coming Thursday, where we're really going to get into it. Like I said, this is kind of just a background. But if you're still here, let me know. Do you believe, like, do you know about this? Does the people in the UK? I mean, to people in the, you know what I'm saying. Here, I'm going to play this. I'm going to try to find the other video. And in the meantime, this is what is inspired behind this show, that we're going to go deep into it because Dan knows a lot about this stuff as well. And we're going to get actually, more investigated, like sources, facts, and everything. Like here today, like I said, this is more of just a conversation. So just kind of getting your feelers. Lily, do you guys believe in aliens? Do you believe in this stuff? I mean, I think it's very real. So here we go.
Ocean to Ocean is your late-night portal into the unknown. Hosted by Hollis and Dan Smeriglio as a tribute to the legendary spirit of late-night radio, where curiosity leads and nothing is ever off the table. From sea to shining sea, we explore late-night mysteries that keep you questioning everything. Bigfoot lurking in the shadows, secrets hidden beneath Antarctica's ice, UFOs, government cover-ups, and truths long buried, psychics, angel readings, and messages from beyond.
But this isn't just a throwback, it's our twist. Real talk, raw curiosity, a little humor, and a fearless dive into the topics most people won't touch. Some nights will make you think, some nights might give you chills, and some might just change the way you see the world. So tune in, stay curious, and keep your mind open, because from ocean to ocean, the conversation never sleeps. Found exclusively on the Voice of the People U.S.A. radio and television network.
Ore more. So, what do you guys think about that? I'm very excited about that. That's like we could talk about things way more in depth, and we have a great source out there, Smurrigs, who's been sending us stuff nonstop because he's excited about it. He's a wealth of information, and he actually sent me something very interesting about Scranton and aliens. It's an alien story about Scranton, and I'm from Scranton. And I opened it today. I saw it's about an hour. And it's a little over an hour. I was going to play it, but I'm like, no, that's too long. So I'm going to watch it, and then we'll talk about it again. But I want to pull up the video of this person talking about David Wilcock, but I have to pull it up, and I wasn't able to do it in that short time. So I'm going to play a little clip here. This is for those interested. This is my Comedy of Errors podcast, and this is the different podcast that I do for members only. And I'm picking this one because it's 2 minutes. So let's see if we could get this squared away in 2 minutes. All right, we'll be right back. And this is Holistics, guys. I am your host, Hollis Mahady, and you're watching Holistics. Be back after this break. Share some stuff that I haven't shared with anybody ever. I'm going to share it with you. Welcome to a Comedy of Errors. A little bit more of the skeletons, the closet. I will only talk about it here in this podcast. We're going to get into the really good stuff. And some of it's not pretty. Went all the way there just to go back to the beginning. Nothing, really? They'll kick you right down. They'll spit in your face. I was living in Hollywood and I was just so beaten down. I love zombies. So much heartbreak. Certainly not the way I saw things going. This up, man. Oh, man, that really screwed my life up. My mom would tell me, oh, you can look back and laugh at this. Really? And then there was not enough left to promote it. I mean, it was a big, big mistake. It's a shame. And the darkness comes to knock you back down. They're just so sex sells. Just show it all. They're boudoir. Characters and plot twists. Some people go on the journey with you and some people don't. Sweet Poison Love, Devil in Me. Where Did You Go, Girl? That's my favorite song on the album. I wanted to see other people's hearts. And I don't think everybody is born to do this. Voice of Freedom Records. Am I too old to do music? Can't give up on something that's you. And I could have chosen never to do music again. So how many times are you going to get knocked down or drown your sorrows? Or are you going to hide under the covers forever? It's about letting go of what was. We have the courage to get up and to try again when we've been knocked down so hard. Life's not persistence. What do you do with those struggles? They're all part of the story. This is truly the journey, figuring things out as I go. I invest in those who invest in me. It means so much to me. People who support it. Talking to you, hear about it first. We're going to be releasing it in real time. An insider peek before it comes out. But it's more fun when we have each other. It's not just about me. It's about all of us. We're going to get into all that here and more on a Comedy of Errors podcast. Can't wait to share it all with you. This is awesome.
Are you enjoying the podcast? If you'd like to support what I'm building, you can buy me a coffee. Every bit of support helps me keep this podcast going and release my music independently. You can leave a one-time tip or become a member for a few dollars a month and unlock exclusive content and behind-the-scenes footage you won't find anywhere else. Just visit buymeacoffee.com/Hollis Mahady or scan the code you see on the screen.
There you go, guys. Welcome back to Holistics. I'm your host, Hollis Mahady. We took a little break there. And again, that's about buy me a coffee there. So I'm going to remove this for a second. There we go. And that is that little code up there that is covered because my screen is on the opposite side. I just realized. Oh, so I'm not sure. You probably can't even scan it, but I will direct you. Sometimes they say a call to action directly, guys. If you are liking the show and you want to know more, hollismahady.com. You can subscribe to the email list. Don't forget to do that. And on hollismahady.com, that website right there, there's a little coffee cup on the bottom if you're interested in supporting the show. I say tips always support the show, and it helps us stay independent. And it's been a long journey independently that, you don't get the big money when you're talking about this kind of stuff. And not that I talk about on this show that much, but we've dealt with a lot of the censorship and banning and everything on Voice of the People, U.S.A. Radio, because like I said, Dan goes deep into the government stuff, and you're not supposed to talk about it on the whatever. So I did manage to pull it up, And I just wanted to make another point too, because I do share this a lot, and I will share it in a second here, just about the reconnection movement, because that was around the same era of up here, the reconnection movement, real humans only, when I wrote that. And if you read that, or and it is free if you sign up for my email list, you could download it right away. But I wrote that over 10 years ago, and without the help of ChatGPT, and it talked a lot about AI, as I was scared back then about AI, but I went into a lot about the new, like, all the stuff that I'm talking about now. So it all kind of plays hand in hand. But I said, again, this is what this episode is about, why I brought it up. I thought it was important to talk about. And yeah, so this is it. It's also just a reminder, if you're enjoying the show, again, tip support the show. You can go to buy me a coffee, or you could also sign up for my email list, which I encourage you to do, because I am starting to send out emails. I sent one out last night. So we'll take a look at that.
Download your free copy of the Reconnection Movement today. Just head over to my website, www.hollismahady.com. Go to the podcast sections, scroll to the bottom of the page, and enter your email to get your free copy instantly. Now more than ever, it's important that we reconnect and support real human creators and real people.
And I am back. There it is. There she is. There she is. And I did manage to pull the clip up. So for it to make sense, I will play a little more. Again, for maybe people know about it. Okay. God loves you, says, hi, Jesus Christ loves you. If you enjoy Christian content, check out this account. I follow back. Okay, we will check you out. Let's support each other. I will definitely check that out. Thank you for being in here. If you're still here, thank you for making yourself known. And that is awesome. Some new names that I don't know. So I'm glad to see you here. So let me see if I could share this, because this is a video. Here we go. Ready, guys? Okay. Now I have to go over here and play it.
This is one of the hardest videos I've ever made, because today we're not just talking about a researcher. We're talking about a man who inspired millions, a man who dedicated his life to uncovering hidden truths, a man who is maybe no longer with us. Reports have emerged that David Wilcock has passed away at the age of just 53. And if this is true, this is not just a loss, it's a shock. According to initial information, authorities responded to a 911 call on April 20, 2026. Now, this happened near Ridge Road in Colorado. The cops arrived, and within minutes, a man reportedly used a weapon on himself. The case was recorded, closed, simple, but is it really that simple? Because those who follow David Wilcock closely know something very important. He had repeatedly said, I would never take my own life. Not once, but multiple times, and that's where the questions begin. David Wilcock was not just another author. He was deeply involved in topics like UFOs, extraterrestrial contact, ancient civilizations. He appeared on shows like Ancient Aliens multiple times. Sometimes I appeared on the same episodes with him on Ancient Aliens and History Channel. And he built a massive following. And there is a pattern developing, right? Because I don't post obituaries on my platforms, but something strange is developing. Eric Von Daniken, gone. Nick Pope, gone just 2 weeks ago. Now, there are 11 scientists already gone or disappeared recently. They were all involved in high-level space and nuclear research. Now, this is the latest news from Fox News. David Wilcock was not a scientist, but he was working on anti-gravity technology. And some even believed he was in telepathic contact with higher beings. Now, agree or disagree, there is one thing you cannot deny. He had influence. Now, here's something that makes the situation even more unsettling. In his recent appearances, David spoke about his health. He mentioned blurry vision, nervous system issues, low energy, tingling sensations. He even said, this doesn't feel like aging. Something is different. And then this has happened. For almost a year, David put no videos on YouTube, even though he had 500,000 subscribers. He only did live sessions. And just 2 days before this news, he went live again. And he did not show any signs of taking his own life. He was talking about politics. He was talking about Donald Trump. He was talking about UFO disclosure. And in the video before, he was talking about crop circles and global issues. Now, if you look at these videos, you cannot help but wonder, does that sound like someone preparing to end their life? Or someone still engaged, still fighting, still speaking? Now, here's where things become even more complicated. People close to him have spoken about cyberbullying, harassment, legal pressure, constant attacks. There are even claims that authorities were contacted multiple times, but no strong action was taken. And then there are other claims that may or may not be true. Claims of being targeted, being silenced, even slow poisoning. Now, these are serious claims, and right now, they remain unverified. But when you combine everything together, a pattern begins to form. A man researching controversial topics, a man claiming access to hidden knowledge, a man under pressure, a man with declining health, and suddenly he's gone. Now, even more strange, there's very little mainstream media coverage, almost nothing. A person who appeared on global shows, wrote books, produced documentaries, and yet silence. I just saw one statement from X, from Representative Anna Paulina Luna. She expressed condolences, praying for his family and acknowledging the millions he impacted. But still, no deep investigation coverage, no major headlines, no detailed breakdown of what really happened. Why? Let's be clear, this video is not making conclusions, and this video is not about spreading misinformation. But this is about asking questions, because when something doesn't feel right, you don't ignore it. You observe, you question, you seek truth. And right now, there are too many unanswered questions. Where is the recording of the full 911 call? Where is the dash cam or body cam footage? Why is there no visual confirmation? We don't see one picture or video about David Wilcock's passing. We don't see anything at all. And perhaps the biggest question of all, why did a man who said he would never take his own life end up being reported that way? Was it exactly what it seems? Or is there more beneath the surface? History has shown us that researchers exploring controversial ideas often face intense resistance, sometimes ridicule, sometimes pressure, and sometimes something worse. Again, we're not concluding anything, but we're not blindly accepting everything either, because truth requires courage. Today, we remember David Wilcock, not just as a researcher, but as a human being, a man who believed humanity could evolve, a man who believed we are more than just physical bodies, a man who believed we are light beings. Whether you agreed with him or not, he made people think, he made people question, he made people look beyond the obvious. And maybe that's why his story should not end in silence. If you're a fan of David Wilcock, if his work impacted you, then the best thing you can do right now is simple. Keep asking questions. I don't normally make videos about things like this. I make videos only about ancient temples. But I'm making a video because I want to keep asking questions about this. Because truth does not fear questions. Rest in peace, David. You will be missed, and your story is not over yet.
And that, yeah, I mean, that's just, I saw that earlier today. I just thought I would share it. But yeah, and I think that's why I connect with them. Like I said, I ordered the books to remind myself because it was so long ago. But I do remember it was kind of, even he said in that video, his themes and what he talked about light was what he talked about a lot was saying we are more than just the physical bodies. And he talked about that and light. And I always talk about light workers and we talk about staying in the light and, you know, not being in the dark and what is a light worker. But he actually, like, through his science, and that's why I always thought it was fascinating, because he was like, they're reproving these things through like energy and vibrations and frequencies, and there was scale, like there was stuff. Like I said, it's just been so long that I can't wait to read it again, so I don't sound like a babbling idiot here. But I do. And as I said, when it influenced my music, I just thought of a song. I should try to find it. It was called Robots and Aliens by the Love Zombies. And it was all during that. I was talking about robots and aliens and vaccines even then. And I have a new song on my album called The Bringers of the Dawn. And it's about light. It's about being the light. When there's a lot of dark going on. And I talk about this in daily life again. We're always constantly faced with, something dark is having the energy. And it's like, I'm a positive person. I try to be, but you feel energy sometimes. I'm like, oh my gosh. And then you're like, talk about it again a lot. Like, are we attracting this? Are we bad energies? Or is there something bigger? Are they messing with frequencies? Are they the 5G, the towers, the social media, the stuff that's coming out that they're watching you through your screen, how they're watching there's just so much. So I think that's why, again, I connected with his work back then so much. It was just like, it felt like he was one of the good ones. He was trying to expose some of this stuff and a lot of it. But looking deeper into it, like how the energy, the waves, the science of it all, the stuff that is over my head. But again, I will never forget that example with the plants and like how it was like he played the music to the plants, and he played heavy metal music and the plant died and then the other one bloomed, and like, I don't know, it's just, you want to believe, like that's how I am. I mean, again, not everyone thinks like this, of course, and this is why I call it it's not loud. It's not, hold on, my sound effect, it's not that loud. I don't know if you heard that, but it's my magic sound. Whoa! Where it's just like, sometimes that gets you through the type of thinking that gets me through life sometimes. So you don't want to have like, oh my gosh, it's so heavy. It's just like believing. And people call that faith, God, the universe, just believing that, what is it? We're here for a bigger reason. What is this reason? And that's why I found his stuff so fascinating. And I do think it's very sad. But being a light worker, and what is a light worker? People always say, like even just Joe said earlier, I want to make people laugh and stuff. Well, why do you want to do that? Because laughing makes people happy. It raises the vibe. It's light, laughter, light, joy. And there could be so much more of it in the world. But it's like we're in these, almost like we're slaves to the matrix, slaves to doing all the jobs for the money and the taxes and IRS and this and that. And it's just, if people, I know this from personal experience. So I'm saying if people took having to worry about money all the time off the table, do you know how happy this world would be? I think, why? Some people fight. There's these fight over money. They're stealing because of money. They're killing people over money. It's greed. It's money. Could you imagine a world with like not everyone was struggling for money and everything? How much happier probably the vibration of the world would be. So yeah. So again, thank you. I think Smurglia did send me that clip. So he sent that to Dan, and Dan sent it to me. So I never really watched Ancient Aliens. That was one. I bet you these shows people are going to start going to watch them more if they, get wind of this and they didn't really know about it before. But Ancient Aliens was on for a long time. I used to have that channel. It was called Gaia. But then I heard also, there's another guy that he worked with close with. His name was Corey Good. He's still alive. He put out a video about it. I don't know. See, again, I didn't follow it in the last 10 years or enough to make really any commentary about it like I really know. But I remember having Gaia. And Gaia was a subscription-based thing. Here, I'll put myself big again. Add myself. I'm going to remove that. Yeah, I remember having Gaia. And that was, you have to pay for it now, but it was a subscription like anything. It was like $10 a month or something like Hulu. And on that channel, or that, there was all different kinds of things. It was all like kind of stuff like this, like consciousness and yoga and evolution and health. And I watched it for a long time. And then I remember hearing something that it got bad, and then he sold, I don't know, like someone took over it, that they weren't good. And again, hearsay, I'm not really sure, but I stopped watching it kind of after that. And I just, went on my own way. But yeah, Ancient Aliens, I never really listened to or watch, but Dan's dad, Smurgs, sent over this clip. So let me see if I can find it. And I'm also going to pull up Robots and Aliens. And again, that's on my music collection, guys, if you are interested. It's by the Love Zombies. I also have a song called Lighten Up. That was a good one. And Awaken. And those are all in I wonder if Awaken's in there on my music collection, because that wasn't on the album. But as I said, like these were themes that were Love Zombies. And when I talked about Love Zombies, it was always about, it was never just like zombies. It was more about saying, imagine, okay, the world now, sometimes I feel, this is my personal take, that we're like zombies, just going through, social media, we gotta play, blah, blah, blah. We're just like biting like zombies. And Love Zombies was, I always had it like, can we become zombies full of love? I know that sounds like, oh my God, that's not reality, of course. Yeah, but why can't it be? But that was always my thing. It's like, oh, we're gonna heal you with a hug. We're gonna infect you with love. That was and I have a whole cartoon. It's already done. It's like, the first book is done, and then the second book. I really should just put it out. I don't have all the illustrations done. That's the only thing. But the whole story was about these people not people. Dan's doing something. He distracted me. He's not trying to. Oh, good. Oh, yay. Okay, we're featured on Rumble, which means that more people will see it. So good. Perhaps it's the alien thing. A lot of people are especially Rumble. Rumble's more of the place. Like I always said, you have to be careful on YouTube and Instagram if you say things like killed, we might get thrown off. But on Rumble, they don't care. You don't have to say unalived, or like, let's face it, people are thinking, was he murdered? I mean, I could say that, right? So thank you, Dan, for letting me know that. But I totally lost where I was. Oh, I lost my train of thought. Let me see if I can get the Love Zombie song up here. I want to play a song. This is called Robots and Aliens. It should be on YouTube, but it's in my music collection there. It's for sale on my website. It's selling, like I said, my whole music collection of the past, because we're moving in to the present on May 15th. Covers is coming out. My first single from my new album, A Comedy of Errors, will be available on all platforms by Hollis Mahady. That's me. My former band was called Love Zombies, though, so I'm selling all my previous music in a nice little package. It's over 30 plus songs there, and it is for only $20 on my website. I say it's an $18,980 discount. I think really combined, that was probably how much it was to do it. We recorded Abbey Road one album, and we also recorded with this big, producer in LA. And I mean, that cost a lot of money. So there you go. Seriously. And now I'm like, will anyone pay $20 for it? Oh, the times are changing. We're going to talk about that, Chris, right? Classic Love Zombies. What a tune. Thank you. See, now you know a little bit more of the story behind it and the story behind Love Zombies. Chris, I need to get that. I got to send it to you. I should send you the story. Her name is Lolly the Love Zombie, and she comes to Earth, and they actually call her to come to Earth. It's so cute. I love it. I've had it for so long, and I started doing an audiobook with it. But she's on her planet Love Zombie, and it's like another planet out, not Earth. And they're all so happy on Love Zombies land. They don't have money. They don't have things like that. They don't even need food. They survive off of energy. They don't need any of that stuff. And they dance and they sing and they live life. The life sometimes we dream, right? Oh, if I just could go to the country and have to have money and I could just connect with you. That's what Love Zombies is. That's what their planet is. And then they find Lolly the Love Zombies, who's an amazing singer, by the way. And she has a voice that raises the vibe of the planet. And she gets called to Earth because the Cosmic Council comes to her and says, Earth's in great danger. Great danger. They're going to self-implode. They're destroying themselves. But the most worrying thing is it's going to destroy the rest of the universe and stuff. So there's a whole story to it. And she comes here with her crazy guitar player, Dino. And they come here and they start singing. But she also starts feeling the heaviness of Earth. I mean, there's all this stuff. But anyway, that's Love Zombies. So there's always a lot more to it. And unfortunately, like I said, the band came to a crashing end there. a lot of stuff I couldn't control, but I also was always so freaking sad because I had so much more of a mission than behind just some punk rock band. But the problem is then it was getting, there was a lot of drama and darker forces and drugs and all this stuff that I was like, this is not, not exactly what I was hoping. But so the story is to be continued in the comedy of errors. And I can't wait for the second album. So let me see if I could pull up Robots and Aliens. Let's see. I'm sorry, guys. You're going to come with me on this journey. Here, let me play something while I try to pull it up. Here, Dr. Wayne. Should we put Dr. Wayne on? Because it'll give me a minute. I love Dr. Wayne. Again, he was one in that era of the awakening of Hollis Mahady, which led to Love Zombies, which led to all this stuff. That's why I always said, Lolly the Love Zombie is me. She's me, actually. So here we go.
Next principle I call don't die with your music still in you. And who better to quote than Thoreau right here in Concord when he talked about some of us hear a different drummer and we must march to the music that we hear. But all of you, everybody watching, everybody here in this beautiful parish, all of you have some music playing. And all of you have a heroic mission. There's no accidents in this universe. We all show up here with a purpose. There's an intelligence that is a part of everything and everyone, and all of us are connected to it. And too many of us are afraid to listen to that music and march to it. You out there, I know you have a book you wanted to write. I know there's a composition you wanted to compose. I know there's a song you want to sing someplace. Maybe you want to raise horses out in Montana. Or maybe you want to open up an ice cream shop on Cape Cod. Who knows what it may be. Maybe you just want to travel and see the world. Maybe you want to go into a relationship with someone but you've been afraid to, but your heart says it's the right thing to do. All of us feel something. And in Leo Tolstoy's famous novel, The Death of Ivan Ilyich, he asks this question that would be terrifying to me. He says, as he has his accountant from Moscow lying on his deathbed, contemplating the horror of this question, what if my whole life has been wrong? I've known what my music is. It's playing right now.
There you go. There's a little Dr. Wayne. I always love that. He says, don't die with your song still in you. And I am not going to. We're getting it out. And it's May 15th. It's a new journey, marks a new journey. It's been a freaking long journey. But I'm in such a different place than I was back then. And you know what's funny? And it's so cool that I think hopefully Chris is still here because I'm going to play Robots and Aliens. And I will send you the story. But what was I going to say? That Chris actually, what he did the cover of the original one of Passion Fruit with this album, and then I don't know, we got a record label. We're going to rebrand it. Whatever. And by the way, I liked your album cover better anyway than this. But there was another thing I was going to say, and I forget what it was. Okay, good, you're still there. I forget what it was. Oh, what was it? Oh, what were you saying, Hollis? Oh, I don't remember. Maybe it'll come back to me. Here, we'll play this song, Robots and Aliens. I'll play it. I was thinking, hopefully, this is my music, so hopefully it won't get flagged for using other people's music, which odds are it probably will, because I don't know. Everything went to shit with that band, and I have no idea where any of the money, license, nothing was ever really properly done, so it's a shame, but here we go. These are the lost archives. See, I knew it was up. This was written a long time ago, and I wrote the lyrics of this one. And here we go. So I'll play it here. But again, Chris, I like your cover better, just so you know. But we have that. Do you still have a copy of that? I have a few copies. I have a few copies still. And this guy, Damon, actually, not of Passion Fruit, but of No Slow Songs, which was the second album. He has some on vinyl. He keeps telling me, what's your address? I'm going to send you them. But he's been saying that for like 5 years. And I moved like 100 times. So it's not totally his fault, but maybe he'll send them to me. I actually started talking to him again. He's a good guy. So here, I'm going to play this here. If I could get it up here. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Oh, wait, no, I have to share the screen. Hold on. I have to get rid of this one. Stop screen. Okay, let me present screen. Share screen. There it is. Okay, there it is. Here we go. Feel free to sing and dance if you don't know it. And remember, guys, it's on my website. If you like what you hear, it's great music for the gym. It's very upbeat, most of it. I don't think there's any slow songs on there. If you really want one, No Slow Songs has no slow songs on there at all. And that's also in the collection for only $20 now. But here we go. Here's a little sample of the Love Zombies. This is why we need a sponsor. We need someone to help me. Okay. Stop screen. Why do I get like, I get tripped up here. Share screen. There it is. Okay. That. Okay, here we go. It's only 5 minutes. It's very interesting. Here we go.
(1991).
Vietnam.
Langer Hokan discovers a mysterious entrance to a hidden mountain cave obscured by dense jungle overgrowth. The cliffs leading down to the entrance are so steep he cannot explore it further, but he notes its location. Nearly 2 decades later, the British Cave Research Association finally explores the cave. What the team discovers is astounding. It is the largest underground chamber on the planet.
It's not just a cave. It's an actual world in Vietnam. Inside this cave, it's 40 stories high. There's actually an ancient forest. It's got flowing water, not just a puddle or a stream, but an actual river. Inside the cave is an entire growing ecosystem. And it's so deep that it looks like it's an entrance to a whole other reality.
This incredible subterranean realm, called the Songdong Cave, is estimated to be roughly 3 million years old. It runs through the earth for nearly 6 miles, and numerous areas where the cave ceiling has collapsed allow sunlight to enter, resulting in the growth of trees and other vegetation. But according to area residents, what's most notable about Songdong Cave are the strange creatures that are believed to dwell within it.
Local residents describe seeing reptilian-type humanoid beings emerging from the Songdong Cave, and they believe that they actually live deep inside this cave. What's fascinating about this is that these reptilian-type humanoid beings are similar to the seraphim or the winged serpents in Kabbalistic tradition. The seraphim are said to have gone and lived in the inner earth, according to Kabbalistic teaching.
Is it possible that reports of reptilians at Sondong Cave are encounters with beings from inner Earth? While it may sound too incredible to be true, there have been reports that during the Vietnam War in the 1970s, U.S. soldiers encountered what they described as upright lizards inhabiting caves. And accounts of reptilian beings existing in underground caverns can be found all across the globe, even on the other side of the world, in Cusco, Peru.
Throughout Peru and around Cusco particularly, there are many, many stories of a tunnel system that has something to do with serpent deities, which they call the Amaru there. The Peruvian authorities themselves decided it was too dangerous for people to go into these tunnels, so they looked for all of the entrances they could around Cusco, and they sealed them up. And this is a well-known story within Peruvian history.
While there have been many reports from around the world of human-like reptilians, there is another inner Earth entity described in the Zohar that is even more commonly witnessed in modern times.
According to Zoharic literature, there are beings inside the earth having large black eyes and a nose that leaves only 2 dark holes on the face. Now that corresponds to things that we've heard about these, for lack of a better word, ETs. There is a lot of evidence that these beings that we think are coming from another planet are not coming from another planet. They're coming from inside our own Earth.
The black-eyed entities, commonly referred to as grays by ufologists, are the beings most often reported by alleged alien abductees, many of whom claim to have been taken aboard saucer-shaped craft. Could it be that the so-called flying saucers, so often reported in modern times, are not coming from outer space, but inner Earth? According to some ancient astronaut theorists, this notion is supported by numerous accounts of UFOs that are seen disappearing into the landscape, and sometimes even flying directly into mountains.
Wow. Okay. So anybody in the chat room? But I know there are people watching it. I mean, feel free to comment below. Again, my name is Hollis. You're watching Holistics, and I know there's some people watching on Rumble. Again, I'm just commenting. I'm not saying I know exactly, but watching this, I mean, wow, really? You know, you do hear always, when you think of aliens, you think outer space, of course. I mean, that was the first time I've ever seen it today. I just watched this clip a couple hours ago, thinking that these aliens come from Earth. I know Dan's a big fan of Godzilla, and he talks about the hollow Earth. That's obviously like where Godzilla, not is it King Kong? He lives down there. I don't know, but you know, and they say a lot of times, and David Wilcock talks about this a lot, that they tell you what they're doing, like in front, like they have to tell you what they're doing, and they do that a lot through music. And no, not through music. Well, that too probably, but through movies, because Hollywood, we talk about this again, like they say that Hollywood's run by the CIA, and like that they have all these things that are in the movies and everything that are telling you exactly what's happening and in plain sight, I guess. But I always said too, also, I've always been kind of one of like, you think that you invert it, whatever they tell you, you invert. So if they keep saying it's from outer space, because that's a well-known thing, oh, the aliens are in space. Kong rules the hollow earth, laugh out loud. That's what Dan says. Yes. But like what they tell you, a lot of things, fake news and all that stuff. I mean, what you're told is that like invert it. That's what I do. I'm like, usually what they say is good for you is bad for you. I mean, you could say for medical, for health, all that. I won't get into all that, but they say this is the way to go. It's probably the way to go the other way. I don't know. I mean, a lot of people I know on Rumble at least probably think that, and like people were thinking for themselves. It's just that you listen to everybody. So that's the common thing. Okay, the aliens are up in outer space, but I never heard that. I mean, have you heard that, Dan, before, that they come from inside the earth? And again, those beings that they're saying, the gray eyes, the black eyes, the grays, they call them. I mean, they don't look friendly. You have to wonder, like, if this is all true and they really are here, what are they doing here? Why are they here? What do they want? And so again, some people don't believe it at all. Here we go. In the house, VOP USA Radio says Hollow Earth is based off many generations of classified reporting, right? And what's the thing about the CIA running Hollywood or running the movies and everything? You've told me a lot about that. Again, this is stuff I'm like, again, I don't want to feel dumb, but I'm just, give them this information. But Deanna explains it and breaks it down a lot better than I do. But pieces of it, Sumerians as well, Lemuria. That's the stuff I always looked into, the ancient civilizations. And there was also Atlantis. It's really interesting. In Antarctica, that's a big one. We're going to get into that stuff. That's something Dan always wanted to talk about Antarctica and what's going on in there. What are they really hiding under the ice? And there's just so much. It's a huge, huge world. And obviously us regular people or whatever, we're kept into the dark a lot about things. And it's the way they like it. Keep them distracted. You don't have to ever think about these kind of things, just get in the humdrum of life, just worry about yourself or be stuck in the matrix so bad, because I know how it is. It's just like you're only worried about money. You're only worried about surviving. Why are you going to think about aliens and this and this? And again, that goes back to David Wilcock's. Why, when I read his book, I was like, oh, this is so cool. This is so interesting. It was more like fun for me. But here's people giving their lives. It's not fun for them. I mean, these researchers and scientists, again, we'll pull more of it up on Thursday. There's a whole list. I don't have the picture of the 12 that have gone missing. I mean, these people put their life on the line, and you have to think, why? What are they trying to expose? I mean, is it free energy? I mean, that's a big one. I mean, it goes back to Tesla and everything. Free energy, that people's lives could be so much better. That's what I'm saying. I feel like there's cures for things, free energy. And these are things, again, why are they kept in the dark? Because if there was free energy for everyone, then, electrical bills and all that, there would be no big money for people. Of course, they don't want free energy. It would make people's life so much better. It would make just the world so much better. I think people would be so much happier. I mean, everyone's struggling, but that's they like it, They keep it like that on purpose. VOP USA Radio says CIA has always done predictive programming with its movies, etc., telling you what they are doing while they are doing it, and so much more. Yeah, I mean, there's so many movies. When I thought about, yeah, we'll talk about that more on Thursday. But that movie, They Live. See, because there's a big thing about reptilians. I used to listen. I don't listen to them anymore. But I used to listen to David Icke a lot. And he was the first person I ever heard about the reptilians and the shapeshifters. And I mean, it sounds really crazy, right? But then if you look into it, I don't know, you got to make your own decisions, or your own conclusions. But I mean, why are people saying all this stuff? Even those aliens, maybe they don't look exact. It's like always the truth it's like that game Telephone. Remember that? Okay, you say the message to one person, and by the time it gets to the 10th person, it's not at all what they said, right? But it might be like, I didn't do it. That's the first word. And when it gets to the end, it's like, I didn't love you or something. I mean, there's still a little bit of truth there of what it started with. So maybe with these aliens and stuff, what we're seeing, maybe they kind of look like that. I don't know. It's a lot. It blows your mind when you think about it. Joe says it's very fast. It's very fast anyway, but I actually know what else to say about it. What's very fast? Okay, so let me see, because I'm going to go up here. Let me just take a little quick break, and I'll think of what else we could talk about, if we have any questions or anything. But yeah, I'll play a couple of these. Remember, guys, support independent music. If you are interested, my name is Hollis Mahady. I am the host here of Holistics. And we're getting to the top of the hour already. It's nice to be back. It's a brand new episode tonight, as you guys know. And we'll see. I might be live with a new episode tomorrow. But I'll definitely be live with an episode, if not Wednesday. And then Thursday is our debut of Ocean to Ocean. Maybe I should play that again. Here we go. I'll play Ocean instead. And then I'll play a little bit about the music that you guys could support me if you're interested. Tips are supported in case I didn't say it. I haven't said it enough. buymeacoffee.com/Hollis Mahady. If you go to my website right there. Well, it's not right there. It's right. It is. Well, it's hollismahady.com. Oh, no, it's scrolling across the bottom there. You'd drop a tip to be automatically entered for a chance to win a hand-painted lyric sheet that I have here. I'm going to play the thing in a minute. But ways to support the show if you're interested, and I really appreciate it. I know many of you already have, and I thank you so much for that. But these are how you could support the show if you're interested. If you're, there's a lot of influencers out there making millions of dollars, and at this point, we don't know what to believe, who is the truth or not, or whatever. But I always say follow the money. It's usually the people who don't have that much and who do it just because they care and they're interested and they're trying to spread awareness, whatever. They're trying, and they're the ones who usually don't get paid the big bucks. So with that said, support the little guys. Again, especially if you like music. Because like I said, this is just kind of a one-off episode where I go a little bit deeper about this kind of stuff. But I don't talk about politics on the show. We do talk a lot more about music and AI and relationships and healing and motivation and manifesting. But here we go. This is it. And if you are interested at all, that Robots and Elliot song you heard, that was right on here on my music collection I was talking about, over 30 plus songs. They are good workout songs. Lighten up, all that stuff. Love Zombies. It's only $20. It's right on my website, hollismahady.com. It's also on the buymeacoffee.com. So wherever you go, you'll find it. If you go to shop, it's there. It's only $20. Grab it. It helps me out. It helps me out a lot, and I appreciate it. Also, those lyric sheets I talked about, if you do happen to be so generous as to buy me a freaking coffee, you will automatically be entered into win a hand-painted lyric sheet from my new album. And Covers is one of those songs. I only have one of those. So whoever enters that, even if it's $1, even if it's $5, whatever you enter, and if you do a few different donations throughout the month, I appreciate it. Your name gets entered all those times. You increase your chances of winning one of them. And I will be doing that drawing when we hit the next goal. We haven't gotten there quite yet. And a personalized song request. And I have not forgotten. I am working on Barracuda. It is on the list, the to-do list. It's one I'm very excited about. I haven't gotten it to yet, but I have been listening to it all the time. So it's coming very soon. But I do a personalized song request. And that's a nice little chunk of change that really helps things. And I really appreciate it. And you'll have that song forever. It's dedicated right to you, just to you. And it will probably have a video as well. I'm taking it a step further. So you have that song of your choice sung by me to you, personalized. And creative services, I also do lots of like for instance, you're going to see the Ocean I made all those commercials. So I'm always behind the freaking computer. But I'm happy to do that for other people. Maybe you have a podcast you're trying to start, you don't know where to start. You always want to have an intro and an outro and a little commercial, and it makes it look, makes it look more professional. I do backgrounds, I do thumbnails, I do it all. So that's also my creative services. So I always say, if you want to hire someone, hire a human, hire me. I'll do it for you. If you pay me, I will do it. And you're helping both of us. You get something, I get some money. We all freaking win. You get a great intro for your show. I think by this point, I've done about 8 million. So I know how to do it. And it's a human touch. I say, don't use AI. I mean, if you could help it. I mean, you can if you want to, of course. Everyone's using it. My point is I'm not saying don't use AI. I'm just saying if you want to take that little extra step, then knowing that no one else will have your design, I'll make you something that's not going to look like everybody else's. That's what I'm saying. Because Chris and I will talk about, I'm not against AI at all in all ways and certain things. But yeah, so there you go. Hire a damn human. Hire me, please. Hire me. Hire me. I will work for you. I will work. And you could see all my what's it called? My examples on my website there. I have a whole demo reel of like commercials and intros and outros and all that stuff. And then the last thing, if you want to take it a step further, $10 a month, that's the one you want to get. You could get the other ones. I appreciate obviously $5. It's no big deal, but the one that's $10, you get that extra podcast that I go deeper into the music industry and stuff like that, and stuff I've been through and all that, and really the backstage as we release this in real time. So it's interesting, and I'm not putting it everywhere. It's only there, but it's for those people who are willing to support, and they have the money to spare, and they're putting it to a good cause. I'm trying to do good things here, guys. I'm trying to do good things. I'm trying so hard. Here, let me get rid of this. I'm back. My lipstick's just smeared. Oh. So let's go over the comments here, but I will play that I keep saying coast to coast, the ocean, but it's it's our little tribute coast to coast. VOP USA Radio says, donate, friends. Yes, he says, go ahead, friends, donate, go for it. I dare you to. I triple dog dare you. We have a great little community here, and it's new, it's growing, and yeah, I mean, people don't realize something even as little as $5. I mean, it helps. If a couple people did that, we pay a bill. Like, the more you have to, this stuff takes so much time. We want to keep doing it, but it's just, you got to pay the bill somehow. So share it out. If you know somebody, if you have a hookup, if you have a rich uncle, let them know. I'm here. And I will, I provide music. Okay, so Mugga Dirt Biker says, I gave it a good try for you, Dan. I highlighted buy me a coffee on my page on Getter, but I didn't see the numbers of supporters go up. I know. Well, I always find the problem is, everybody, I say it, and it's not people's fault. Everybody and their mother and brother ask you for money. I mean, where do so it is what it is, but everybody's asking you for money. I think I'm always saying, like, the people who already have millions and stuff, give them a break. Why don't you support some of the underdogs, To all watching, share and follow and engage. Yes, even beautiful women can talk about deep-seated truths such as this show's topic. Thank you. Thank you, VOP User Radio. I appreciate that. People are, yes. And we do appreciate you so much, Joe. You know that. Numbers going up on Rumble. Engage, people. Yes, if you guys are on Rumble watching this, go for it. And that's the thing I always say as well. I get it. People are tapped out, whatever. But if you can't donate, it's okay. I'm going to do this anyway. And I'm not just doing it for money. I love doing it. But let's be real. It costs money. I mean, just being on Rumble costs $25 a month. StreamYard costs me freaking almost 90. I mean, it's a lot, So it's a lot without a lot coming in. So my point is, if you can't donate, do it. Follow it right now. Share it. Like it. Make a comment. All that stuff helps the algorithm, and then they do this other stuff and eventually leave from other money where we won't even have to ask you for any money. So if you can't donate, do the very least. If you find any entertainment in this, or you found any enjoyment or anything, or entertainment, like I think I said entertainment, right? Like it, just follow it. I found that the biggest thing, people don't want to follow. I mean, and it's shitty because it's all about the followers. It's all smoke and mirrors. You could go buy your followers. I'm not going to do that. Like I said, I'd rather have 100 followers who are real than 5,000 who are bought. But I'm not talking to most of the people here. But I mean, it's just like people are followers. Oh, there's 100,000 on that. They must be good. I better follow them. It's like, think for yourself, guys. The people who don't have a lot of followers are usually the ones selling the truth. So, or getting paid or not getting paid to say certain things. I mean, let's face it. Let's call a spade. You're getting paid freaking the big bucks by the George Soros and all that stuff. You're going to stay what you're owned, man. Like, you're going to say whatever they want you to say. It doesn't matter. You sold your soul a long time ago. You have puppeteer. You have what is it called, puppet masters. That's who you have to. I don't have to say anything. I could say whatever I want, but I'm not getting paid by anyone. So it's just same thing with our radio station. So it is as it is. Okay, yes. Good, Joe. Wish there was. All right. So there we go, guys. I've been chatting up a storm here. It's nice to be back. It's very lovely. And okay, let's say it again, just because I said, remember, guys, not this Monday, because that's today, but it's going to be freaking Thursday by the time I know it. Like, seriously, where does time go? It goes so freaking fast. I'm going to go over to media assets and I'm going to play. Oh, no, I'm going to play. I'm just going to show you. Remember, next Monday, mark your calendar, guys. I don't know if Chris is still here. He might be gone because it's freaking late, but maybe he's up. Next Monday, we have Must Kill Chris, a special guest from the UK. And he's my first musical guest on the show. He has a new song coming out. It's a beautiful song. It's called The Sunny Window. And that's actually going to be out on Monday, May 4th, the day we're doing this little interview. I don't want to say interview because it doesn't have to be serious. I don't want him to feel like that. But also, he might be excited. You could tell he's doing an interview. He's doing an interview for his new single. And it's with Holistics. So, yes, you're not going to want to miss that. He's awesome. And we are going to have a good conversation. He's the real deal. He's a real one. He is, he's been doing music for, like he said, like 3 decades. And He's navigating the waters. We commiserate a lot together, like, oh my God, we put all this out, no one sees it, and we don't have the money to pay, blah, blah. And so I'm excited. I'm looking forward to that. So make sure you mark your calendar, guys. I will put it up, obviously, as we get closer to it. But yes. And just while we are here with the following Thursday that night, so next week we're going to have 2 guests. It's going to be really nice. We're going to have some other people on the show. And we have our author, I call her our author, an entrepreneur. She's written a book called Piece by Piece. And she's a sweetheart. She's so smart. She's so wise. And she's young. I mean, it's so nice and refreshing to, hold on, I want to put me on the, oh no, I can't. Okay. So there you go. Wait, let me just put that. Yes. But she's super sweet and she's young. I think she's a lot younger than me, but she's really wise and awakened. It's just, I would say it's refreshing to see someone so aware and very self-aware and she's just someone interesting. I can't wait to have her on. She's been through a lot at a young age. So she's going to share her story. And I didn't even talk about this yet, but believe it or not, the reason why I didn't talk about it is I'm playing with my hair. Oh, I have a half. See, I have my dark and light. There's a meaning to this hair as well. I got the light and dark. One is that I just couldn't make up my mind. So I have a little bit of both. But yeah, I forget what I was going to say. But darn it. What was I going to say? Anybody? Anybody at all? I know it was about the author. But yeah, so that's it. Oh no, the other guest that's coming on. And I didn't say anything about it yet because I didn't make a thumbnail. But I'm going to have another one. But we're going to have another guest the following Monday. Monday the 11th. And I will make that. I'll probably talk about it on the next show. And he has a very powerful, inspiring story too. So I like that. Like these are people who are, self-aware. And they're talking about personal growth and healing. And he used to be big, into drugs, alcoholic. His life was falling apart and he totally transformed. And now he's a successful entrepreneur. I can't pronounce his last name, so I want to make sure I get it right. So I will get that thumbnail and we'll put it on. But yeah, I'm excited about it. My college roommate, he wasn't my college roommate, but a guy I knew from college actually reached out to me. He's a nice guy. His name's Jamie. Jamie, if you're watching, shout out to you. But yeah, you connected us. And I said, hey, yeah, I'm always up for a powerful, inspiring story, get it out there. And he's, he changed his life. He's cleaned up. He was, an alcoholic and addiction and all that. He turned to God and, he has a nice, inspiring story. So I like that. So something to look forward to. We want to help each other out, So back into the chat room. Okay, guys. So we are at 9:00, top of the hour. If there's any more questions about aliens, let me see. So let me promote my music a little bit. I have to. This is my show, and I've worked really hard, and I don't have anyone else, advertisers or people behind me. This is what independent artist looks like, aka you do everything yourself. So here it is. Here, I'll play this. Isn't this cool? I love this little phone flip. Here we go.
Don't have to face the shame. Don't have to feel this pain. It's where I wanna stay. In the covers. Don't have to face the shame. Don't have to face.
It says my audio was removed. Uh-oh, I don't hear it. Hello? Hold on. Okay, there it is. It's back. Ooh, micro content. Here's another one. Oh.
Life is a gift, this game we play. What choice do you have other than to fight and let go of these roots? They'll hold you so tight, you claw your way up, back on solid ground, and the darkness comes to kick you back down.
so excited about my music finally coming out. And Covers is from my album called A Comedy of Errors. And we could talk about that quite often. But for the new viewers here, I will say, I always say, you know, errors, mistakes. I mean, we're so hard on ourselves in life, right? Oh man, I screwed up. I shouldn't have done that. But if life is truly about learning and growth, oh my gosh, where do you learn the most from? Usually when you mess up the most, from mistakes, from lessons, from all these things. So I say, comedy, you have to look back and laugh. I talk about raising the vibe through laughter. And, you know, if it's some big cosmic joke, which I say a lot, which is why I like the cosmos and the space stuff and the energy and the frequencies and the vibrations. And if there really is a lot of powerful people making us feel like crap deliberately, it's like, screw you, man. It's like, we're all here equal, and we're supposed to, I feel, enjoy life. God is wonderful. Like, you know, yes, there's hard things. Oh, your life isn't just sunshine and rainbows, and you're here. It's not like all fun and games. Oh, well, you know what? Yeah, I get it. But it's also not all crap. It shouldn't be all crap. And, you know, when there's things like there could be free energy and all that, you know how much better it would be when you don't have $500 electric bills and you're struggling to make ends meet. And it's like, you know, that's the part. Like, I was always pissed off when I said back in 2010, when I started, it all started with the food industry, when I was like, they're putting this in our food and our water. What are they doing? Oh, and yes, I went down the rabbit hole. I became a conspiracy theorist. And they even say, and Dan is probably watching, you could quote me, that's in the white papers. That's a government thing that said, make anyone who's getting too close to the truth, call them a conspiracy theorist and make everybody think they're crazy. Okay, so yeah. So I don't know. You know, I led an odd life. I lived in Hollywood. I was in the entertainment industry. And I say this a lot also. Your perspective is shaped by your experience. So I have friends, and like, a lot of times I don't want to put this on Facebook because I'm like, oh no, like all these people, they lived a different life, and that's totally fine. But acknowledge. So you're not going to see it how I see it. You see things how you experience it, how your perspective is formed by what you've seen. We all see the world differently, right? We could both be looking at I don't know, using an example, a dog, right? And one person's like, oh my God, that's the cutest dog I've ever seen. And someone's like, oh God, that dog is ugly. I mean, no dogs are really ugly, but you know, so not the best example. But yeah, I'm just saying, it's like perspective. Wow, I've always believed that I never believed in the media is the truth of the real media or the legacy media. When I heard about fake news, I'm like, yeah, you know what? I know for a fact. I remember it happened to me. I had a press release from my band, and I sent like the story of what happened. And they totally spun it, made it seem like I walked away from the band and gave no notice. And it wasn't true. It wasn't true at all. The whole story was flipped to make me look bad. And I lost fans and I lost money. And it was like, you know, I was actually there to do the whole tour, and it was all. Anyway, I don't want to even get into it because probably nobody cares and knows what I'm talking about. But I know for a fact that was fake. It was fake news. So yeah. So ever since then, I was like, wow, you don't always believe what you're told. You don't believe that. I've always been kind of against the gram. It's like, what? Even when I was younger, I'm like, I would always hear like, oh, well, they say you have to do this, and they say this, and they're you better do that. And I even wrote a song about, again, it's on my Love Zombies album. Was called Who the Beep Are They? Try not to curse. But it literally was a curse. Who the F are they? And it's it's, you know, it's kind of like, it's not that deep, but it was that really, people always say, well, who are they? Who are they? Who are they? If you're interested, you can go on our other VOP USA Buy Me a Coffee, and there's a digital download if you become a member. But that's all for the Thursday night show. I don't get that much into it in holistics here. I try to keep it a little bit more above board, neutral. I don't talk about too many of the things, but this is a special, you know, a special episode. I don't think you can go into talking about aliens and go into stuff without talking about, are they real? Is someone covering it up? Or why is this guy unalived? Why did he go missing? Why are scientists going missing? Why are people who are questioning free energy, anti-gravity, like all this stuff, why are they going missing? You can't not mention the government and stuff if you're talking about it. Like I said, I'll probably I guess I don't want to get thrown off YouTube or Facebook, but whatever. I guess then throw me off. I don't know. I guess it's getting a little bit better. TikTok, I don't know. I don't have enough of the code words down. Like, you can't say this, you can't say that, you can't say that. So that's why I don't go on TikTok. You can't go on TikTok anyway. You can't just I can't just also, this is streaming on YouTube, Facebook, everywhere, but you can't add TikTok in there. You have to go TikTok separately. So I would have to do another show just on TikTok, and because you can't go everywhere. Maybe you can eventually, but it's like you have to, I don't know, be invited to use their streaming, and I don't know. Whatever. Oh, whatever. U.S.A. says, if someone is stating anything outside of the accepted narrative, call them and label them as a conspiracy theorist so to demean, discredit, and shame them. Then their words will be marred and buried. There you go. And where is that from? The U.S.A. Radio, where is that from exactly? Again, quoted. That's written somewhere. If someone is stating anything outside of the accepted narrative, call them and label them as a conspiracy theorist so to demean, discredit, and shame them. Then their words will be marred and buried. I mean, look at, again, there's rumors. I mean, I don't know. The rumors are, even David Wilcock, it's not rumors. He was saying it himself, I guess, that he had so much cyberbullying and online. They were making his life hell. So look what they did to him. I mean, we will never know probably exactly what happened. I don't know. I hope we do. There's people saying hopefully he's in hiding and he's not really gone, but you just don't, you hope for that, but I don't know. Then they will be considered less than, and they will have their faith broken and their voices of opposition silenced, and the official narrative will be gospel. Operation Mockingbird. Yeah. Oh dear. There you go, guys. There you go. No. Okay, for anyone new coming in, I'm just going to play it again because why not? Just in case you just got here. And remember, I'm Hollis Mahady, and this is Holistics. You've been listening and watching Holistics. And I'm here every night, Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. Tonight's a brand new episode. Sometimes I have to do a replay because I can't clone myself and I have to do a million things. But when it's a live episode, a brand new episode, I will definitely let you know. But Thursday night, we are kicking off this show, and it's really on topic. And like I said, tonight was just kind of like a warm up. And again, it was just something I wanted to talk about because I was really upset. I mean, when I saw that about him, one, because it brought me back. It re-inspired me again, to be honest. Not like I wish that didn't happen. I'm not saying like that re-inspired, but it brought me back to remembering why you're fighting in the begin with, like why you started this all. And always through my music, I could, and I have, and I just found like, maybe it's not my role, but God bless the people who do and who do use their passion. I hate it, like through politics and stuff, because politics is it's the, I forget what Dan was telling me, but it's the top. You know what I mean? I mean, they're the gatekeepers, and there's the top level. It's almost hard to avoid it, but I just said I try to use my voice through music and try to spread my messages of light, love, and all that through music. Because if I get too much into it, I mean, I just feel like there are other people doing that. There are researchers, and I'm always obviously fascinated with all this stuff. And there's another girl I watch. Maybe I'll talk about it in another episode. And she talks about stuff that they're putting in your body, and they're hacking your body and computers. And there's a lot. But oh no, maybe not holistics. But here, I'm going to play this one more time because I like it and I made it and I'm proud of it. And if you want one, I could do one for you too. Please hire me. Please hire me. I'll do your intro and outro. But here's a little thing I just I just threw together.
Ocean to Ocean is your late night portal into the unknown. Hosted by Hollis and Dan Smeriglio as a tribute to the legendary spirit of late night radio, where curiosity leads and nothing is ever off the table. From sea to shining sea, we explore late night mysteries that keep you questioning everything. Bigfoot lurking in the shadows, secrets hidden beneath Antarctica's ice, UFOs, government cover-ups, and truths long buried, psychics, angel readings, and messages from beyond.
But this isn't just a throwback, it's our twist. Real talk, raw curiosity, a little humor, and a fearless dive into the topics most people won't touch. Some nights will make you think, some nights might give you chills, and some might just change the way you see the world. So tune in, stay curious, and keep your mind open, because from ocean to ocean, The conversation never sleeps. Found exclusively on the Voice of the People USA radio and television network.
So there you go. That's an example of the Grays. They're the Grays. And I see someone in the room. Hopefully they're still here. I'm sorry, I just saw your comment now. DD Rumble's in the house. DD Rumble says, what do you guys want to know about aliens? I will do my best to share my experience. Well, please do. I mean, I wish I could bring you on the screen or something. You tell me, but feel free to tell us your experience. Want to know anything you want to share? You know, like I said, my name's Hollis, and this is Holistics. And I don't know how long you've been here if you just popped in, but I've been talking a lot about David Wilcock in this episode, as he was someone in my very early awakening journey. 2010, I had read his book, The Synchronicity Key, and I know he passed away, or what happened to him on last Monday, the 20th. And we're just talking about it. I played a clip from Ancient Aliens about aliens coming from inside the earth. And I mean, we're just having a conversation. But Dan said directly quoting official white papers of the program. And Dan, tell me, white papers of what program? Just so I know. Oh no. He says it's very sad. Is your experiences? Oh yeah, no, about David Wilcock. Yes. Yeah, share away. We want to know. Like, again, I've never met anyone who's been abducted by an alien. So they say I have never. You know, there's that movie, What Fire in the Sky it's called. That's scary. That's a creepy movie. So, like, aliens are not your friends. Or are there benevolent aliens, or are there benevolent beings? Extraterrestrials? Operation Mockingbird, he says. Oh, okay, yeah. There you go. Directly quoting official white papers of the program. Yeah, it's very sad about David Wilcock. It is. And obviously all the rest of the people who've, I don't know, who are gone, you know. And again, it's a dangerous thing. I mean, there's so many. I mean, look at wasn't there a plane of doctors and everything that went down about that they had the cure for cancer? I mean, this is stuff that, like, why? You know, it's just like, it's so, and you think about it. And people are, oh, it's not true, is it? Well, there's really, like, how many people freaking suffer from cancer? Like, there's a cure for it. There probably is. I know that it's being suppressed so the big pharma could make all the money. It's freaking sick thing. I try not to curse. This is why on this one, I'm trying not to, I shouldn't go there, you know. I'm just trying to, it's holistics, and we just talk. No, but you know what? I'm a deep person. This is the stuff that goes in my brain. This is what my music's about and everything. He says, it was many years ago. My experience lasted about a month. 6 species, missing time, a lot of memories. Wow. It was many years ago. My experience lasted about 6 months. It's hard, you know, it's going to be hard. You're just chatting, and I know you probably can't. Maybe you're a good typist. Maybe you could type really fast. Or maybe you're typing right now. 6 species, missing time, a lot of memories. Expand on it if you'd like to. Let us know. But that's the thing, like, I don't, again, you hear these stories. I mean, how many people are abducted by aliens, and how many people believe what they say? Are they abducted out of their house? I mean, that movie Fire in the Sky, God, now I want to go and watch it. Because it's something you kind of put out of your mind. I think a lot of people don't want to think about it. I mean, look back, what was it, the War of the Worlds? What's that? Oh my gosh, that movie freaked me out. But look at Hollywood, right? They have to tell you what they're doing. Are they like forecasting what's really going to happen? They say that AI, I've heard this too, that AI may stage so it looks like an alien invasion, the coming back of Jesus, like to use this through AI. I mean, and Dan always told me this too, that our enemies or these people are 100 years ahead with their technology. So whatever we're seeing right now, I mean, the technology is so advanced and we don't see any of it. So if we actually know about AI, imagine what it really is. If this stuff has been in the works for all these years. Oh my gosh. He says, I was not harmed in any way, but I was terrified. Like, if you don't mind me asking, you share whatever you want to share. But Like, were you in your house and they came and did someone come? Like, when I think of an alien abduction, you think of literally like, I don't know, you're sleeping in your bed and a spaceship lands and they come and they take you into their spaceship and then and probing and aliens probing and all that stuff. I mean, you think of that, like that sounds like a horror movie, but that's what, again, just to the person who's never obviously been abducted by an alien or followed it too much, when you probably tell the most normal person who doesn't really know much about it, oh, an alien abduction. First, they don't really believe it. And then second, they think probably, oh, a spaceship came, an alien came and took you and put you in the spaceship and flew away. And then maybe they dropped you off. I learned that. Where are you from? Where did this happen? I learned that they have been living here for many years. Yeah, gosh. Where are you from? Like, where did this happen? I'm curious because you hear so much about Nevada, right? In California. I mean, that's when I think of Area 51. Wasn't that in Nevada? Man. You're the first one, DD Rumble, that I've ever talked to that like is saying anything like this that I've ever talked to. I would love, but this is why Ocean is going to be good because we can have people call in. Because honestly, if I had my call in set up, I'd just say, hey, call in, but it's not set up yet. So you're going to have to come. Make sure you subscribe to us. Follow me here. We'll be here Thursday night at midnight. Thursday at midnight. Oh my gosh. He says I was abducted on a hike with my wife. So what happened to your wife? And she wasn't taken? You have to wonder why. Like, did your wife get abducted too? And were you just walking? And like, what, like, yeah, explain if you can. This is interesting. I'm sorry you had to go for that. But you said they didn't hurt you. But you were terrified. I mean, who wouldn't be? I mean, most people don't even believe this exists. And if it actually does, and I'm not saying I don't believe you, but like most people, I'm sure, did anyone believe you? I was abducted on a hike with my wife in a place that I was very familiar. My gosh, Dan, I wish we had our phone line set up. But we'll get them set up. And you'll have to call in and tell us about this stuff. Because I'm sure there's so many. And that's the thing, that probably no one believes you. Because it's hard to believe. And you wonder, like, how many people have been abducted by aliens? Oh my gosh. Getting crazy here. Holy moly. Let me see what you're going to say. Let's see. In the meantime, here, I'll pop up a thing. Don't forget about our guests coming. And God bless you. God bless David Wilcock. And everyone who has gone missing. Doing things. Trying to help. I think it's crazy. I'm like, yeah, a cliffhanger. I'm hanging on every word. I want to know. But it is probably a lot for you to type. But yeah, so yeah, DD Rumble. Like, yeah, I'm interested to know where you were, like what state. Or if you were in the U.S. Maybe you were in the U.S. Because we have people here all over. And again, if you were just tuning in, my name's Hollis Mahady, and you were watching Holistics. And don't forget, everybody, you could support the show if you are liking it. If you're liking it. Here, we'll see what DD Rumble says. Let's see. Give him a couple minutes to type if he's telling us her story. Remember, guys, follow. If you're watching this on Rumble right now and you've been here for more than 5 minutes, okay, I'll give you 10 minutes. If you're like, liked it enough for 10 minutes, oh, and I kept you here. I hooked you in. I kept your attention. More than 10 minutes. Follow right now. Because people follow. Or like, commenting is good too. Share and subscribe, guys, and you could donate as well. There's a Rumble rant button there. There's money. You could do it. You could do it like that. Yeah, like a couple bucks, whatever if you can. You know, I understand. I don't do it just for money, but it helps. And the other way, I'm going to play it while we get DD Rumble. Hopefully, he's telling us where this all happened. I will play this because I should be playing it all the time, but I'm not always asking for money, but it helps. So here we go.
Are you enjoying the podcast? If you'd like to support what I'm building, you can buy me a coffee. Every bit of support helps me keep this podcast going and release my music independently. You can leave a one-time tip or become a member for a few dollars a month and unlock exclusive content and behind-the-scenes footage you won't find anywhere else. Just visit buymeacoffee.com/Hollis Mahady or scan the code you see on the screen.
And don't forget, the best way to support also is go to hollismahady.com and sign up for my email list. Then I can send an email list And then I can send an email out that no one will probably open anyway, and it goes to their spam. But you don't want to miss my emails, and you certainly don't want to mark them as spam. That one person on my email list did. But that's all right. We'll think about all the positives. What was the click rate? I don't know. You send all these emails, no one opens them. Oh my gosh. Oh. Here we go.
Download your free copy of The Reconnection Movement today. Just head over to my website, www.hollismahady.com. Go to the podcast sections, scroll to the bottom of the page, and enter your email to get your free copy instantly. Now more than ever, it's important that we reconnect and support real human creators and real people. When you're truly independent, creating music isn't just art. It's devotion. It's late nights, long days, and pouring your own time, energy, and money into something you believe in, something you feel called to bring into the world. Right now, the world is overflowing with content, music everywhere, so much of it generated in seconds by machines. And somewhere in that noise, real artists are fighting to be heard. The ones who spent years learning their craft, the ones who turned their pain into songs, the ones who kept going when it would have been easier to quit. Most people scroll past without thinking about the soul behind the sound. But if you ever find music that moves you, that heals something in you, that makes you feel less alone, remember, there's a real person behind it. Because good music isn't noise. It's something sacred. If you discover music that speaks to you, support the people who made it, if you can. Hi guys, I'm Hollis, and I'm here to bring your creative vision to life. Whether it's designing your video thumbnails or editing your content or recording voiceovers for commercials, I've got you covered. I'm part of the in-house production team at Voice of the People U.S.A. Radio and Television Network, and over the last 6 years, I taught myself everything from production to post-editing and beyond. I know exactly what it feels like to be stuck, overwhelmed, or unsure where to even begin. And that's exactly why I now offer these services to other people as well. So if you have a project you're working on, you can hit the link below where you can see examples of my work, from commercials I've produced to voiceovers and more. And if you like what you see and think I can help with what you're looking for, feel free to reach out. We can create something awesome together.
All right, guys, I am back. I am your host, Hollis Mahady, and you are watching Holistics. And we took that little break because DD Rumble in the chat room was telling us a little bit about his experience. He says he was abducted by an alien. And now he's saying, I no longer live there, but it was in Southern California. She was taken also. And then he says, I knew then nobody would ever believe me. I wouldn't either prior to my experience. Wow. So if you don't mind, tell us, like, what did they look like? Was it what I showed earlier? I don't know if you were here, but the grays? I mean, is it the typical when you think of the alien, the head with the eyes? And also the other question is, were they forceful? Were they like, come with me? Like, could you have said no? And like, or did they come with a spaceship? Like, tell me. It's interesting. Yeah. He said, yeah, I agree. Telling the full story would be easier over the phone, but question would be easier this way. Yeah, well, I mean, if you listen, if you're interested, we'd love to hear your experience. Obviously, we are, like I said, I just played that earlier about the Ocean. It's a show we're starting, and we can you could, if you want to be on screen, or maybe you don't, but you could pop in on screen as well and tell the story, because that's the thing. Like, I'm so interested in hearing, because I've never heard of anyone who's been abducted by an alien. And like you said, okay, so here I'll do them one at a time, because you're typing. I know it's hard. Okay, my main question is, first, what did they look like? Like, did they look like the stereotype that you think when you think of an alien? The head, were they green? Were they gray? And also, were they scary? Well, you said you were terrified, so they might. I mean, okay, we'll start with that one. What did they look like? And was there a spaceship? Then we'll get to the next one. But I agree, over the phone, it's going to be easier. That's crazy. That's why you probably popped in this room. Do you believe in aliens? You sure do. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah. So you chat away. I have to tinkle. Okay, so because I have to tinkle, Let me play. I have to play something that's longer than a minute because I'm quick, but I don't know if I'll be that quick, and I don't want it to just be silence here. Okay, I'm gonna play my Holistics little promo here, and answer if you can answer these questions. One, if you remember all these, and if you don't, it's totally okay. You just share whatever you can, whatever you want, whatever you could type. My most curious questions are: what did they look like? Was there a spaceship involved? Like, did they come down in a spaceship and take you in? Like, did they force you in? Do you not remember it? And they just, like, you just woke up and you were there? And then what did they do? Like, why did they take you? You said at least they didn't hurt you, but you were terrified. What did they do? So if you remember those, you do that. I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick and play my video here, just because it's the longest video I have. It's only 3 minutes. And then if you could, type in there. And like I said, it's going to be way better to get you in on, if you're comfortable, again, if you don't mind sharing your story, it sounds like you will tell us. Thursday would be great. We could figure out how to get you in there with a call. Yeah. Hold on. Okay, so let me put this on, and then I will be back in like 3 minutes. I'll end it like if I get back and I see your buggy. 3 minutes to type. BRB. I am your host, Hollis Mahady, and this is Holistics. Holistics. We're gonna get to know each other tonight. Dating. Been dating. Doing my dating dilemma. Oh my God. This other guy tried to set my yard on fire. Huh? Oh, I don't want any. Forget it. He would ask me sometimes, well, what do you like in a guy? And then, like I said, I didn't want to just say, well, not you. You don't want to be like a broke bum. That wasn't very attractive. Active is attractive. It's like, get a life. I think money definitely can buy you some happiness. This is like the Love Line episode. Don't say that to a girl. Like, there's always an ulterior motive. Are you single? Are you married? Hey. Oh, I could help you with your career. Big fat record producers, they really believe in your vision, and they believe in your music, and they believe in your project. They don't. They just want to have sex with you. It's like how it is. I'm like, now I see that little troll in the bush. Guys, it's wired into their brain. Women, men, can they ever just be friends? No, man. I hate social media. I hate it. Oh, there's a notification on Facebook. Like, what are your social media followers? I have 400 followers. You have not cracked the code. The algorithm. And you have to hook people in. What should I do in the first 3 seconds? That's really stupid. Has nothing to do with the video. You have to pee in the snow, like on the floor. There's so much stimuli 24/7. Always plugged in. We gotta contain the robots because people are forgetting. Just feel a little overwhelmed. Take a break from all that. Just disconnect a bit. Like, how you doing? You just hope they say good. I'm good. Fine. Don't ask. You don't want to know. I'm good. Great. I'm great. Oh, no. I was crying. I was like, oh, what nationality are you? Hollis Mahady. My real name is Hollis. Irish. Like the name of the show. And Holistics. It's a spin on my name. Hollis was that girl from the Love Zombies. Remember her? I'm still here. Hi, I'm here. And I'm back. Better than ever. With more wisdom. Everything natural, alternatives, healing, energy, and dreams and weird things. The fun stuff in life. Real people, real voices. We keep it real here. And this is talk therapy. I have some entertaining stories. They hit you with these things. You could go and you just naked. First I was like, oh. But it was just like, whatever. Good times. This is an adult joke. Try not to curse. I had a helium voice stuck on there. Where I take this voice off? I'm only ahead right now. Double jib. Boom! It exploded. You could get hit by a meteorite. You never know. I'm not a very good cook. Food is medicine. I love donuts. Or lattes. White fish flavored ice cream. You should try it. When I ate it, I was like, oh. Little crunch. When you go to a salad bar, you have to be careful. Oh, it's 3 a.m. Time for my yoga. Hot yoga. I love cats. People don't even know the functions of their organs. Of TGIF throwback. Got any cheese? We need to have Steve Urkel here to do an interview on Holistics. Like, mama. Welcome to AOL. Does anyone remember Curly Sue? Anybody? Anybody at all? The comments of the day. What is that comment? We gotta laugh at it. We are here to have fun. See a coin in there. I tend to talk a lot. Oh, that's the disclaimer. Everybody's welcome. This may not be everyone's cup of tea, and that's fine. I'm here every night. Keep going. Never give up. You're not alone. I'm here for you. People out here like me to remind you of that. I know what it feels like to be alone, to want to give up. But I'm here to tell you don't. You got this. And that's what this podcast is about. Check it out, guys. Check it
out. Holistics, weeknights live at 7 p.m. Eastern Time across all your favorite social media platforms and on Voice of the People USA Radio and Television Network.
All right, there you go. So back in the chat room, DD Rumble says, yes, the grays were pretty much like what you have seen everywhere. So that's probably, makes sense then, I guess, why they always show that picture. I mean, even in the Ancient Aliens clip I showed earlier. And he says here, let me put the comment on the screen. And then he said, there are green, larger head, still black eyes. Same basic look, but bigger head and longer fingers. Oh my God. Wow. Well, if you want to share anything else, but I think the best bet is, again, if you want to come on to the show Thursday night, like, message me if you want it, or send me a message, or I don't know how we would do it. Let's see. Okay, here. Smaller red or rusty red, about 3 feet tall, same black eyes. But what I learned from this one is that it's not black eyes. When you get close to them, you can see that it's a biological eye cover. Wow. What does that mean? I don't know. Pardon my ignorance. I'm not sure. A biological eye cover. Huh. Oh my gosh. No wonder you were terrified. Like, wow. I don't even know what to say. I'm just like, because this is crazy. I've never heard it. I'm not saying you're crazy. I believe you, but I'm just never ever met anyone who had a first-hand encounter. I mean, you hear about this. I mean, on TV and in the movie, blah, blah, blah. But, I've never talked to anyone. In California, I used to live in Southern California. I lived in Hollywood. Wow. This is so interesting. But I'm sorry for you. Like you said, okay, so we will try one more question or two. But thank you for that. You did good with your descriptions. The other question is, I guess, was, if they're small like that, like, how did they take you? Was it forceful? Was it that they put some spell on you where you don't even remember getting to maybe they use something, where, I don't know. Sounds so weird, right? They have a potion or like something where you're just like, and then you wake up and I guess that's the next question. How did you get from where you were to abducted? Like, where did you go? Where did they take you? How did they take you? Do you remember? And then I guess the main other question is obviously, well, what did they do? Why do you think they took you? And why do you think they took you? It's weird. I mean, then you wonder, like you said, I mean, how many people have you told about it? Because they won't believe you, right? Like tinted contact lenses. It has a swirl of color in it like oil and water. Oh. Interesting. Sorry, I have silence here. I know it's supposed to be silent, but I'm kind of like, whoa. It's very interesting. But I would refer interesting for us, but like you like you said, did you imagine this happening to you guys out there? I'm thinking when you're saying I went for a hike in Southern California, I'm thinking like Runyon Canyon. You're up there, and that's where I used to go. I used to live across the street from it. I would go there all the time. And they have lots of hiking places and stuff like that in California. Griffith Observatory and stuff. I used to go up there. Oh my gosh. Well, this is, maybe you're probably typing, so I'll wait a little bit. I'm always like silent. I don't want to be silent on air, but because I do have to get off here in very shortly. I have another prior engagement at 10 o'clock I have to do. So I can't, but with that said, I will be back tomorrow night, and I will send out and let you know if it's going to be a new episode. It depends on how the day goes. I will try to be here again, but if not, I'll do my replay, but I'll let you know. But I will definitely be here again Thursday for the new show. But I will be here probably Wednesday night. If it's not tomorrow, I'm going to do another new episode before Thursday. So if it's not tomorrow, it will definitely be Wednesday. And I will put that out. I always put it out and put new episode because, I'm still here technically. But I'm going to try to come. We're getting it to the point where my goal is, and I did do it live. I did it live 2 weeks in a row for 5 nights a week. I actually did 7 days and then 5 days. And then I realized the thing is, because again, I do so much myself. I have to do so much myself that, I got to try to get other people's and get it out there and promote the show and try to get other people in because it's about growing the community and also all the stuff I talk about that you're probably sick of hearing about. But we'll stay on for another couple minutes and close it out. But remember, guys, like I said, my name's Hollis, and you're watching Holistics. If you are not already following us on the Rumble, maybe you're on Twitter, give it a like, give it a share, whatever, all the stuff I say to do. If you don't mind, I'm not going to say if you don't do it, just do it. It doesn't cost you anything to do, and it's free, and it helps. It helps spread the good vibes. It's what we're talking about. And let me get rid of this. Yes, because there's my website right there, hollismahady.com. All my stuff's up there. My music is up there, my handmade lyric sheets. And again, go over to Buy Me a Coffee where there's lots of extra bonus footage about everything I'm doing and working on. And I'm just so excited. Again, May 15th. Mark your calendars, guys. Hopefully by next week, I will have that pre-save link, which means when you go to my website, you could pre-save it. And the day it comes out, it'll probably be sent to you or you'll be notified where you can listen to it. I've never done a pre-save. This is all new. When I did it for the band, I think I did a lot myself, but actually someone else helped me with that. Actually, someone helped me with something and they did it, but yeah. So DD Rumble, if you go to my website, hollismahady.com, there is just on my, the choices on the top, it says contact and my email's there. So send me an email. I'd love to have you on the show on Thursday night, even over the phone or however you want to do it, because I think it would be great. We'll leave the audience with a cliffhanger. If you really want to hear a real alien abduction encounter, come and listen to the show because I really want to hear it, obviously. And maybe you'll inspire other people to call in. Because like you said, there's probably, this stuff doesn't just come out of nowhere. Why would people be claiming this if it wasn't true? But I said it's hard for an the most ordinary person. In their house thinking, oh, they were to believe it. So, if a lot of people have the same thing, like same experience and, similar. Oh, look at, he says, I can't even remember how they took us. We were walking. The sun was setting. I knew where I was 100 yards from my truck and I reached my truck at 2 a.m. Wow. Yeah. Now that is something I feel like I hear, like people, they don't remember much. And that's probably what it is, right? They must have something. I don't know. What would it be? Like something they use on you that maybe it's a potion. It sounds like a potion, but it's like some chemical or something to like amnesia. Like you don't remember. Wow. I can't even remember how they took us. And do you remember anything else? Okay, yeah, I will come back tomorrow or in the next few days. Yeah, definitely. Like I said, tomorrow is Tuesday. It might not be live. I'll be here, but it might be a replay. But I'll probably be live Wednesday and then Thursday at midnight. It's kind of late. Are you still on the West Coast? You said you left California though. But I guess whatever your time zone is, we do it midnight. But even if we talk to you off the air and then we record it or something and you want to share it, well, I don't know. But I think the point is, if you want to connect, my name's Hollis. I'll be here and we would love to talk to you, and you can, if you want to email me or anything, it's on my website there, hollismahady.com. And you just go to like contact and it's there. And for anyone else who has any questions or wants to talk and come on to Ocean to Ocean. But with that said, I think it's a good way to wrap up the show. This has been a very interesting show. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, I had fun talking about it. Like I said, a little bit off course from our usual holistics, a little more lighthearted. But we had fun. We had a good time, and I'm excited. Was excited to be here with you guys tonight. And like I said, I will be back this week. If it's not tomorrow with the new episode, it will be Wednesday with the new episode. And I'm just trying to figure out my extra camera and my iPad. We're going to get. We got a new. I keep saying iPad. It's a tablet. It's a camera. So I'm trying to get a setup at the studio as well, my music studio, so I can do holistics even if I'm there and I have to come home. So that's the whole thing. Is just trying to get the setup in both places. So that's just some housekeeping. So guys, I love you all. Thank you if you're still here, if you're in the chat room. Thank you everybody for chatting tonight. And thank you for coming in. So I guess that's the question that lingers. Do you, after what you heard tonight, and an actual freaking account of someone who's been abducted by an alien, do you believe in aliens? Do you believe in this stuff? I should do like a poll. There's a StreamYard poll, but maybe I'll save that for next time. Do you believe in aliens? I don't know. There's a lot to it. I definitely believe in. There's a lot of stuff that we don't know about. There's a lot of stuff that we can't see with our own eye, and I've always believed in that. And that's, call it what you will, but there's definitely other forces, and good, bad. So much more to discuss on future episodes of Holistics. And again, don't forget to tune in to Ocean to Ocean on Thursday night at midnight. I'm super excited about that. I get to do it with my best friend, and hubby, Dan Smiriglio, is my co-host. Or am I his co-host? I don't know. We share it. So we will be getting into all that good stuff. So with that said, I'm going to do my closeout, my closing song here. And again, one more time before I close it, just because I have to, guys. Trying to make a buck, guys. Trying to make a living here. Please be generous. Please buy me a coffee. Oh, there you go.
Are you enjoying the podcast? If you'd like to support what I'm building, you can buy me a coffee. Every bit of support helps me keep this podcast going and release my music independently. You can leave a one-time tip or become a member for a few dollars a month and unlock exclusive content and behind-the-scenes footage you won't find anywhere else. Just visit buymeacoffee.com/Hollis Mahady or scan the code you see on the screen.
And this episode was talked about a lot, David Wilcock, and this episode is dedicated to him. God bless you. I hope what they say is, I don't know, it's true. Hopefully you're hiding somewhere and you're safe, but I don't know. I don't know. But God bless you, David. Thank you for everything all your work you've contributed, and for your that you inspired me, and you helped wake me up and think about life differently and deeper. And it was because of your writing. So you've inspired many, many people. You have a legacy, and I thank you for what you've done. And you're going to be missed by so many. And the world, I think, is definitely lost a good light and a lot of information. So God bless you. All right, guys, I am Hollis again, signing off. Hollis Mahady, you've been watching Holistics. Thank you so much for tuning in. And real quick here, DD Rumble says, for the next month, I saw them at home and then it stopped. Oh, all right, we'll get into more of this. I really hope you connect with me. And I'm here. I'll be here Wednesday and Thursday for sure. And possibly tomorrow, but might be a replay. All right, guys, I love you. Thank you again for listening, for being here. And I'm going to end it with my favorite ending song, my only ending song. It's called Lights. I hope you enjoy it. Take care. And remember, always remember this. I said it and I forgot to say it. You're never alone. If you're following your dream, if you're chasing a dream, if you're having a hard day, whatever's going on, and you feel alone, like there's no hope or anything, remember, you're not alone. I'm here and I know how you feel. So just remember, you're never alone. All right. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful evening. See you soon. Bye.
Thank you for watching Holistics, hosted by me, Hollis Mahady. If you enjoyed the show, be sure to share it with someone who might need it too. And if you'd like to support the podcast, you can visit buymeacoffee.com/Hollis Mahady. You can make a one-time donation or become a member for just a few dollars a month to get extra podcasts and exclusive behind-the-scenes content you won't find anywhere else. Or simply scan the code on the screen. Your support truly means the world to me and helps me continue creating independent content for you. If you like the music featured in this show, I license it through Epidemic Sound. You can head over to hollismahady.com, click on the podcast page, and use my link for a free trial. And don't forget to check out VOPUSARadio.com, where I host my music channel and am building a growing community of independent musicians. If you're interested in joining the network, just click Join Network and submit an application. Until next time, remember that you are loved and never alone. From human to human, big hugs. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time. Enjoy the outro video. I love this song.
Lights shining from the window late at night. I'm just watching someone else's life go by, wishing it was mine. Dreams, everybody has them at the start. Somewhere along the everything is clear. When the lights go out, I could finally see. When the lights go out, everything is clearer. When the lights go out, I could finally see what it's all about. Standing in the mirror, when the lights go out, it's you looking back at me. Hope, try your best to hold on to the rope. We all have a reason to let go, and it's easier to do, but it's better if we